This is MMESYF production. 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 This is MMESYF production.
Oh my god.
Wait, now we're on.
Hello, guys. Oh shit.
Hold on. Wait,
Yeah,
can we make a better entrance? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Sorry, this is the OurThoughts.
Hold on. Let's go back. Oh man. We're not on yet.
The mic's hot? Is
The mic's hot. Hey everyone, thanks for staying up late. We're just here with our, with our lounging music.
Yeah.
But now,
hold on. Let me just take a little sip.
Let's take a little sip of our drink real quick. Oh,
cheers,
man,
cheers.
that's good.
Cheers.
Cheers. You can't see, but
Hello.
we're cheersing.
To a good show.
Oh look, now the chat box works.
There it is.
Okay, y'all. I think you're actually ready. I think y'all are actually ready. All right, here we go. Woo! Hello. Look at this, bro. Look at the
hold
quality.
on. My man looks suited and booted, as you can see.
Yes.
We could do with one less button, but here we are.
All right.
The 5th annual Our Thoughts Awards.
Yes, sir. And let's drink to that. Cheers, everybody. This is a lemonade, non-alcoholic.
Yes,
for YouTube
Mom.
monetization.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. The Weeknd is gonna, I'm sure, win a couple of awards. But in the meantime,
To the Our Thoughts Awards.
the 5th annual Our Thoughts Awards. Can you believe it? A nice round number 5. Feels like yesterday we were in your house, just like in front of a desk doing it, and here we are 5 years later.
Yeah, man.
At your house, in front of a desk.
Doing the same exact thing.
But now doing it with y'all. And that's
Yes.
honestly like, that's some of the most fun we've ever had is with y'all. So,
Yeah. Whoa.
no, with that being said, man, what a year it's been for music.
It really has. This year, honestly, a lot of people say this is one of the best years for music. I would say,
I'm one of those people.
yeah, a lot of people said 2016, no, 2018, like those are the best years for music. 2022, we saw the return of so many of our favorite artists that haven't dropped in so long. I would say that this year we could kind of conceptualize as the year of the comeback artists. Talking about Beyonce, Kendrick, SZA, just to name a few.
Yeah.
I mean, just to name a few. I mean, those are like the biggest
I know.
names in like the music industry. But no, like truly one of the best years for music.
And then on top of that, also there's the comeback artists, and also we've had a couple artists like creeping up to like, okay, this is the next generation of superstars. You
Yes.
got SZA, Steve Lacy, who you can potentially see, you'll see later on behind us. Who else? Is there anyone else I'm missing?
I mean, we'll get to the best up and coming.
Yeah. Best up and coming.
But just to name a few, Steve Lacy for sure.
Yeah, there's yeah.
But no, this was also the year for experimenting for a lot of artists. We had people like, again, Steve Lacy, some of our other
Beyonce coming in with dance hall,
jumping into
Afro beats.
Yep, jumping into different genres. Drake did the same thing. The dance hall movement definitely took over by storm.
Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, like that
Yep.
album is experimental in just like how subversive it is. Like think about where hip hop is now.
Yeah.
It's all about the hooks. It's all about the beats. But he was like, no, let's focus on the storytelling, on the lyrics. And,
Yes.
And because of that, people have had their reactions here and there, but all in all,
the experimenting paid off.
it paid off. Yeah, I mean, it's an
was
Our
cool.
Thoughts Album of the Year nominee. So
Exactly.
I mean, that should speak for itself.
Yeah. What also took over this year was TikTok. I feel like 2021, we kind of saw the rise of how TikTok was kind of affecting the music industry. Yeah, the TikTokification of all of our favorite songs, whether we
like a
liked
brother.
it or not.
Treat you like a friend.
Yeah, man, it was present.
It was ugly, man.
It was
was
present.
ugly.
But hey, we got to consider it. That definitely is a factor in how we judge music now. Is virality. A lot of people think that's worth considering when you're voting for what's the best, and some people think otherwise. But TikTok, I think, kind of has redefined the music industry, especially this past year, 2022. It was like it kind of hit its stride. There were TikTok artists being discovered every single day. People getting record deals just off of one song on TikTok. The whole radio is just TikTok sounds.
There is literally a Sirius XM radio station called TikTok Radio.
And
they just play slowed down, sped up.
Yeah.
All the work. So no, absolutely TikTok. For me, TikTok is like the modern day like Billboard charts or like MTV music, where it's like that is definitely a factor now.
Yeah.
In like how do we discuss music nowadays?
Definitely.
And then another thing, I want to show some love to the patron saint of the podcast.
The true patron saint.
Yeah. Shout out to Abel Tesfaye, The Weeknd. I know you're going through it a little bit right now with your recent production of The Idol, but music-wise, you're at the peak of your game. Really excited for you. Really happy.
Yes.
An Artist of the Year nominee. Let's see if you get there, get the dub. But
so last year he hit #1 artist in the world on Spotify and continues to push boundaries into this year, winning the Guinness World Record of the most popular artist of all time. Like that's, I didn't even know that was a Guinness World Record, category, but
here we are. So. Yeah. Hey, when it comes to business, it's a numbers game, and he rules the numbers.
Yeah.
It's purely and simple. Can't deny it. And now, this next little thing we want to discuss.
Now that we've gotten our initial monologue out of the way, let's get to our main screen. All right, y'all. This may look a little different. As you can see, we have a little extra things on the screen. We kept our promise. You see, y'all see the. Let me see if I can point at it. Y'all see the leaderboard here. We had a serious showdown last stream with J.I.D and D-Mine. They were, throwing haymakers left and right with these super chats. And, we said that not only would this be the OurThoughts Awards, this will also be the pay-per-view event, the showdown, the rematch between J.I.D and D-Mine. And what better way?
What better
way to incentivize this than to make it a little fun and interesting?
Yeah.
As you can see, to the right, it's all backwards. To the right, we have, for the entirety of the show, every single super chat we get, we will be taking a shot or a sip.
And then if we finish up, then we will get the
Then we'll continue to the shots.
But we got to get there first. So
yes.
It all depends how tonight goes.
Bro,
how trashy tonight gets.
If y'all want to get us
on y'all.
Yeah, if y'all want to get us crazy effed up, like in the first 20 minutes, just super chat after super chat, we're gonna have to do whatever you want.
We're not gonna be able to read the award.
Yeah.
The best album goes. But yeah, there you go.
Or you can do us a solid and pace it out nicely, and I can we can enjoy our night.
The power's in your hands.
The power is.
We want you to decide how this award show goes. And
yes.
Speaking of you deciding how the awards. Award night goes.
Yes.
See the transition there?
Nice segue.
Maybe the second best transition I've had this week.
Second, yeah. Maybe your best. Your one and only good transition this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite award to give out today is always the People's Choice Record of the Year, and that's because it's decided by you guys. We have no choice, no hand in this at all. And if you head over to @MattMags, MattMagzz,
or if you just go to the OurThoughts Instagram, it's all linked there too.
You'll find it there too. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to vote, right now
is the final round.
What is the matchup right now?
So, y'all need to go over there.
Let's walk through like the entire thing so far.
Okay, for sure.
Here. So let's start off at the end and then come back. It's like a little Tenet type vibe.
Okay.
We'll start at the end.
Okay.
End at the beginning.
So well I can start here. So we started off. If you guys haven't been following the People's Choice Record of the Year, go to my Instagram. It's all there. But right now is round 3, the last round. So you better go over there and vote.
It's the final countdown, y'all.
But we started off round 1 with Love's Train versus Cuff It. As you can kind of see, sorry for the ring light, but Love's Train beat out Cuff It 63%.
Sorry, 1 second. Jose gave us a little super chat. Cheers.
Wait, I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't see it
yet? All right, I see it. This one's for you, Jose. Oh, I swallowed up. I swallowed a leaf. All right, damn, starting off strong, man.
Yeah. Shout out to our bartender, by the way, Maya.
Thank you.
Great drinks.
Anyway, just to get y'all up to speed, round 1 we had Love's Train versus Cuff It. Bruno Mars or Silk Sonic versus Beyonce. Beyonce out in the first round with 63% to 37%. That's 43 votes to 25 votes. We went to still in round 1. We had Bad Habit versus Munch, and I really thought Ice Spice, the mother of this podcast,
was your dark horse.
Yeah, I was like, like, she has so much clout right now. Like, she could be everyone. Like, and I really thought it was going to happen.
The princess of rap.
Yeah, but no, it didn't happen. So, unfortunately, Ice Spice lost to Bad Habit. Bad Habit with 50 votes. Oh,
got cooked. I think that was the previous one.
Oh, hold on. I don't know why this
is like double stacked.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Why is this double stacked?
Here, I can finish reading the results while you.
Yeah. Here, go ahead.
So, Bad Habit swept Munch. Shout out. Steve Lacy.
I fixed it already.
Okay, cool.
Watch this transition.
Ooh. And then next up, we got Less Than Zero versus Kill Bill. Very big matchup, I think. SZA versus The Weeknd. Like
that was. I would say this was a really strong round 1. Like all these tracks. But hey, the results, they speak for themselves.
Yeah, shout out SZA. Moving on to the next round with Kill Bill.
Ooh.
It was a 35-7 vote. 35-37 vote in favor of Kill Bill.
That was 49-51. Literally
Yeah.
beat Less Than Zero by like 2 votes.
Yeah.
In
Crazy.
the first round. Super crazy.
And then our last matchup of the first round was Lil Uzi Vert's Just Wanna Rock versus Kendrick Lamar's N95. And Kendrick ran away with it with a 22% to 78% gap. That is 15-53.
Yeah,
so
that was pretty big.
Lil Uzi got.
Unfortunately, I love that song.
It's a good. Come on.
Real quick, Jose, if I donate $100, y'all take 5 shots.
100. Yeah, shit. Fuck
Hey,
it.
okay, bet. If you donate $100 right now, we'll take 5 shots.
Okay.
Well,
Like one,
like
2,
like 5
3.
big gold. Because this is obviously.
A couple more shots.
Yeah.
This is more than a shot, obviously.
Yeah.
This is
But
not,
yeah, no, we'll do it.
we're just on some crazy metric. This is one shot.
We're on
for
some
us.
crazy shit today, yo.
Yeah. Okay,
All
that
right.
was round 1, and then we go into round 2 here. Great matchups to start off.
Round 2 was wild, like so close.
Love's Train, Silk Sonic, which is technically, yes, it indeed is a song from this year, because if you don't remember, the album, obviously Silk Sonic, An Evening with Silk Sonic came out in 2021, but then on Valentine's Day 2022, came out with a cover of Confunctions, The Love Train.
Yes.
And it graced the
It does
ears.
count. It counts.
It
counts as 2022.
Just
okay?
explaining for y'all. But
Yeah.
yeah, so the final count, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, last year's People's Choice Record of the Year, Silk Sonic, will not be moving on.
They lost in the
to
second
the
round.
final. They got, so Bad Habit, 37-33. That is a 47-53% vote gap. So there you go.
Again, that was super close too. That was all day yesterday.
But
back
this
and
this next one I got for y'all was an issue coming into because I believe this was the one that was like tied.
This was 50-50, literally 50-50 until maybe
like an hour ago,
maybe
or like
a couple
2
hours ago.
Yeah, and that was N95, Kendrick Lamar versus SZA's Kill Bill, and
Kill Bill took the lead.
Yeah, 43 votes to 36. So right now that is the matchup, ladies and gentlemen. If you're keeping track,
Yes.
it is Kill Bill, SZA versus Bad Habit. Steve Lacy.
So, and I'll tell you right now, the votes are still happening. Where they're going to continue to happen throughout the show, and then obviously we'll reveal them at the end and react to them live.
Yeah.
But right now, it's literally 50-50 tied. So go on my Instagram at some point tonight and vote on the poll right now. Bad Habit versus Kill Bill, and we'll reveal the winner.
We want your votes.
Yes, please. If you're
Yes.
not going to vote. Oh, wait. Hold on. Just breaking news. Kill Bill has taken the lead.
Woo! Kill
by
Bill.
2 votes. Okay.
Y'all.
Whatever. I'm going to
We're not gonna check it for the rest of the night
I'm gonna put it
until
down.
it's
I'm gonna
time.
put it down. Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. The People's Choice Record of the Year. Is there
Yes.
anything that we need to get to before we get underway here, man?
Nah, man. Let me just check the chat real quick. What
Yeah,
y'all
let's
saying?
check the chat. What's up, y'all? Good to see you guys. First of all, come on now. This is a whole production here. This is like exactly what it'd be if we weren't.
Yeah, what do y'all think? Like, this is we were saying, off camera, when we're both here in LA, when we're both in person, like, this might be what it looks like, for Our Thoughts Live every week.
Yeah.
Like,
So let us know if you like it, if you love it.
oh man, hold on. Sorry, the chat's going crazy. Okay, we got Jose about to risk it all. I'm not donating on goddamn no goddamn $100. Okay, whatever, bro. You don't want to get us fucked up. That's cool.
Yeah. We appreciate that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
A miracle. Hello. Hi, dude. Hi. Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Hope everything's cool. Yeah, appreciate you. We love you. What else? Who else we got in
Acknowledge
here?
my existence. Yeah, we just did, bro. What happened to Less Than Zero? Man.
Less Than Zero, first round.
Weeknd out in the first round. I was really surprised by that.
EXO did not show out.
No, I was. Where were y'all?
Yeah.
Where were y'all?
It's not our fault. It's yours.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, with that being said, I think we got to get one under our sleeves.
Yeah.
real
Let's
quick.
start. Let's start the awards. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for our first
Are
category?
y'all ready for this? Dum, 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 dum. First category, ladies and gentlemen, we got Best Rollout.
Yes, sir.
Now, real quick, Matt, if you could tell them a little bit about what it means to roll out an album.
Yes.
What does that entail?
I will say, if you caught our nominees video, our thoughts on the rollout. But just to reiterate, what makes a good rollout? It isn't just being cryptic. It's not just about posting the track list. It's about how you create the narrative around your album prior to the release to get people excited, how you engage your fans. Cesco made an incredible video about Division's rollout and how they crowdsourced feedback to just become their rollout. So
which I will link in the chat below.
Yes, as always.
Check that out.
But no, the rollout is almost the most integral part of an album releasing, because if I don't know about it, I'm not going to listen to it.
Then it didn't exist. Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. So with that being said, these are your nominees for 2022's Best Rollout. Starting off, we have Heroes and Villains by producer Metro Boomin. We have Dawn FM by The Weeknd. We have Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. And Working on My Karma by Division.
Yeah, man.
Great set of albums right there.
What's cool, yeah, first of all, the what makes a rollout to me worth it, or like as big as it is, you know, obviously there are exceptions, but a rollout can only really be as good as like the album itself. And I like the stack of albums we have here where
that's true.
It really like lived up to the expectation that a lot of the albums did. But also the rollouts themselves, just judging it by itself, all really good. Obviously Dawn FM, The Weeknd is gonna do his thing, as per usual. You got Mr. Around the Big Steppers, which was very much like a minimalistic.
No, I like that rollout.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's
y'all
perfect for the album.
Yeah,
it would be
yeah,
weird
yeah.
if he like did like a big old like bunch of teasers and stuff like that.
I don't know
But
if y'all
yeah, go ahead and
remember.
explain.
I don't know if y'all remember Mr. Morale, but it was like, you know, he had that cryptic website, and there were like a million folders on the screen. He had to find and click the right one, and it would be like a whole letter, and some things were like redacted. And then how he like announced the date for when the album was dropping. He literally quoted a tweet from what was like SK Raps or something like that.
SK Talks Rap.
Yeah, shout out SK Talks Raps. Just like some random like hip hop Twitter personality who was like, Kendrick Lamar is officially retired, and he quoted that tweet saying like, new album dropping at this date, you know, like just.
And also, what's really cool when you like kind of actually listen to the album is. You know, he had the Family Ties thing.
Right.
He had a lot of cool stuff, but then you kind of like when you listen to Mr. Morale, you kind of realize like he was kind of like throwing in little bits that he would end up using on Mr. Morale. Like for example, he'd use the what we call the white flow, the white man flow on Family Ties.
The brother flow.
And he ended up using it on was it Rich Spirit?
I think so.
Yeah. So like little stuff like that where you get little hints of what the album could be, like that's all valid as a part of the rollout.
That's part of the rollout, you know, giving us hints along the way. So again, great albums, great nominees for this year, but as we coin this term every year, there can only be one winner.
There can only be one, baby. And ladies and gentlemen,
can we have a drum roll in the chat for the best rollout? The first category underway for the OurThoughts Awards 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, best rollout is Metro Boomin's Heroes and Villains.
Yes, sir. The crowd goes wild.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so
can you explain why we chose this one as the winner?
Yeah, let's do it. So Metro Boomin is, first of all, like he, you know, in the past he's made a couple albums that really kind of embody this super epic cinematic vibe, but I think what he did with Heroes and Villains was actually give us those images. Like it starts off with the Heroes and Villains short film where you have like Lakeith Stanfield like being like a Joker type character driving a truck through the city, and Metro Boomin has Morgan Freeman as his Alfred, like giving him like a little pep talk, like, you know, here, this is what heroes do and they step up to the plate. So that's just incredible, super cinematic. But then also he had these amazing little photos that he posted throughout in the lead up to the album where it was, say, you know, The Weeknd featured on Creepin'. He'd take a picture of the Weeknd like he was like a comic book character and be like, is he a hero or villain? And, you know, if we'll maybe post it up on the social media, but no, it really embodied that super comic book, you know, heroes, villains who will unite. Like it kind of reminded me of like a dark and gritty trap Sky High kind of thing, you know, where
it was cool. Like
it's a lot of fun, very self-aware, very cool.
I loved how he he kind of made a caricature of all the different features, because it's like a whole feature album. He made the comic book style was perfect. In fact, you could buy like T-shirts with each of the different comic book styles of your favorite artists. You know, there's like a 21 Savage one, there's a Weeknd one, Young Thug, and then let alone like the Heroes and Villains short film, which was crazy. It was like a whole rollout, and especially like for a producer tape, like it was pretty impressive. So congrats to you, Metro Boomin, for our first award of
Kicking off the night. Hey, let's take a little sip just to commemorate. Ladies and gentlemen, we're really here. Our Thoughts Awards. So,
all right.
You know what? Let's do one more category before we get into our little our discussion here. Ladies and gentlemen,
our next category.
There was a lot of amazing features, as you're about to see, in our nominees list, but that just goes to show like how many amazing projects there were, and what it means to be on a feature is like basically like to be able to jump into many different worlds, you know, and then kind of go into like, we recognize that and how hard that can be, and sometimes it's like a nice treat, you know, to see some of these artists in another artist's kind of sonic world. So no, let's go ahead and recognize some of the best features on a track.
Yes.
Starting off, we got Sampha on Father Time by Kendrick Lamar. We got Anderson .Paak, Feel No Pain by Freddie Gibbs. Doechii on Pro Freak by Smino. T-Pain on Troubles by Denzel Curry. Fushi on Sunshine by Steve Lacy. Did I pronounce that right?
Fouché.
It's like a pollo all over again.
Yeah.
We got 21 Savage on Surround Sound by J.I.D. Taylor Page, We Cry Together by Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole on Johnny P's Caddy by Benny the Butcher. Takeoff on Feel the Fire by Metro Boomin. Jagged Edge on What's Up, Division. The Weeknd on Creepin' by Metro Boomin. And Future on Superhero by Metro Boomin.
Whew, this is a hefty list, I will say. A lot of great features this year.
Great features.
A lot of really interesting features. Some stuff we probably wouldn't see, especially like the Weeknd Creepin' kind of redux on that, using that OG sample.
Yeah, and also like him kind of coming back to the trap sound was like really
that's
fire.
true.
Like
Yeah.
after all the 80s synth disco stuff, like, which has been really amazing, it's
Right.
like, oh shit, this
He
is
can
what
still-
we miss
yeah.
about the Weeknd for sure.
Exactly. Sampha, to highlight another one, like I thought he was great, especially in that live performance they did on SNL. That was super cool, like a literal, like physical, like he was actually there featuring with Kendrick. Like that was really cool, and he was able to bring that energy of the song to the live performance.
Also, it just sounds beautiful.
Yeah, Sampha has a great voice.
And then Jagged Edge, you know, we got a nice
comeback.
little throwback, you know, deep cut 2000s feature with Jagged Edge R&B group, and also the way he comes in on the track. And the music video, you know, it really sounds like he's like the older mentor for Division, trying to help him through that sad song, man. Love that record. But what is it? What'd they say, Matt?
There can only be one winner.
There can only be one.
And can we get another drum roll in the chat, please, for the best feature on a track is Taylor Page on We Cry Together by Kendrick Lamar. Yes.
All right, real quick, let's reenact let's reenact Kendrick Lamar, We Cry Together, Taylor Page.
Hey, whoa.
I was thinking more of not the
Which part?
Not the ending part.
Hey, yo. Hold on now. Hold on.
All right.
Hey.
See, imagine what this show could be if you give us $100. If this is what we're on already.
I'm not endorsing that.
Okay, not the end of the. I was thinking more of the
okay.
fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
Okay. Congrats to Taylor Page.
You're as wild as our chat.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. But yeah, no.
No, it's really interesting nominee and winner. Taylor Page, a non-musical feature, winning Best Feature.
Yeah, she's an actress, in case you don't know.
Yeah, it's
and
more of a spoken word feature, which was interesting. But yeah, I think why we chose Taylor Page to win Best Feature over all of these actual music artists is because I think how the presence she brought, the fact that she had a flow, but then kind of kept it more of like a performance.
Yeah.
The way she built it off of Kendrick Lamar, the music video, how they did that live versus like the the studio recorded version. Like one of the most unique features from last year. Very very memorable track on the entire album. It was the only thing people were talking about when that album was out was the Taylor Page feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats to Taylor Page. A little bit out of left field doing a non-musical feature as the winner, but
it feels right. It feels right. Just because, I mean, like, if you think about what that song is, it's like that emotion and power of you, one of the best songs off To Pimp a Butterfly, but it's two people and she's hanging with him. Like, really, like, she's
literally going back and forth with Kendrick Lamar. Like, that's crazy. And she's not even a rapper.
Yeah.
And she's able to keep up with him. So
shout out Taylor Page.
Yes,
killing it.
Yes. Shout out Taylor Page.
Also, my God, if you take a shot, Jose, if you take a shot every time we say the word it's like you're gonna be.
I think
shit-faced.
we'll be done.
You will literally
30 minutes.
Fall off the face of the earth. But anyways, yeah. With that being said, we wanted to congrats Taylor Page. We cried together. Shout out to you. But also, yeah, let's go ahead and discuss. We just got done talking about Hot 22, incredible music year. But let's have a discussion and feel free in the chat to let us know. Give to chime in. But we want to discuss some of our favorite music moments from 2022.
Yes.
Starting off, Matt, if you could.
Yes. My favorite moment was probably the entire. Okay, I feel like we've been talking about Drake, BBL Drake specifically, for at least like 3 years. Here, hold on. Let me get you up close and personal with this. BBL Drake. We've been talking about him for the past 3 years, but I think he found like new heights last year with his Her Loss collaboration project with 21 Savage. I think one of my favorite moments was the 21 Will You Do Something For Me moment. I could not get that out of my head. Literally, the memes were crazy. I feel like I feel like 21 Savage was even like, yo, like, this is not cool, bro. Like,
yeah.
I did not sign up for this when we made this album, bro. But no, one of my favorite moments, Drake, he will never ever escape the BBL allegations. I mean, I think that's just part of him now.
Yeah, it's just part of his brand.
Yeah, so 21, Do Something For Me, Drake, one of my favorite moments last year.
Yeah, and along those same lines, I wanted to bring up someone who has made a name for himself, for better or for worse, and has kind of taken the world by storm. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the phenomenon that is Jack Harlow, white chocolate. I don't call him that, but some of y'all do. And no, Jack Harlow. Talk about First Class, like. I honestly can't tell you why that song is as popular as it is. Maybe just because of the Fergie sample, but
yeah,
in my head he just fucked it up too. Like that's a great song, glamorous, but still messes it up. But then he also got a Drake feature. Churchill's Down, a great Drake feature, might I add.
He had the Jack Harlow meal. The KFC Jack Harlow meal, which we
famed
tried. Pretty
Jack
good.
Harlow meal.
With the Jack Harlow sauce.
Mm-hmm. The Jack Harlow sauce, but we did not get the sweet semen, so we couldn't.
No,
didn't know what that was about.
That was disappointing.
But no, he has just taken, and also like the memes, obviously, like Drewski and kind of all the sus stuff. Like I am no stranger to that, so shout out you, Jack Harlow. You did what you had to do. But no, Jack Harlow, one of the biggest phenomenons of this past year, and it didn't help that the album
the biggest fall off
biggest fall off
all in 1 year.
And what I love, and I will refrain from mentioning this entity, the Grammys. I don't know if y'all heard
the Scammies.
Sorry, that was I knew something sounded wrong when I said it. But the Scammies, he was nominated for best rap album, Grammy nominated rapper.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow, and he looked pissed when Kendrick won, and it's like, yo, at least Macklemore was like, he knew his lane. He was like, okay, look,
he gave the gracious but Jack Harlow, they dragged him out there just to give him no awards that entire night.
Well, as should have been, honestly.
No,
but
that's what should have happened.
Here we got some people on the chat here. My favorite moment was when Abel teased the Less Than Zero music video, but never fucking dropped it.
Yeah, that's funny you say that.
It's funny that you say that. We'll get to that in a bit. My favorite moment was when we all got confused and panicked when Hable dropped the Don FM cover. The Don FM cover with the old man.
yeah.
That was very interesting. I remember that.
That was a good moment.
And you know, there's obviously a little story reason behind it. We'll get into that when we talk about the album itself. But yeah, no, very interesting moment. But with that being said, man,
What's up, Chip fan? No worries. We're just really getting things rolling. So glad you're here.
And we're getting things rolling with another great category. It's
Yes.
a category I think we're exclusive to us, to Our Thoughts Awards. We're talking the best feature run.
Yes.
Now, what does that entail? We just had the best feature on a track. What does best feature run mean?
Yeah, so kind of similar. So best feature run is basically if an artist, and you know, I feel like sometimes artists, they kind of go on these. Sorry, man, that drink is it's coming
hidden?
up. It's coming up.
hidden? Do you need a dried mango?
Yeah,
dried mango.
Yeah, one second.
Dried mango.
But no. So best feature run, I would say, is sometimes artists, you know, if they don't feel like putting out singles, if they don't feel like putting out an album, they'll just do like just a run of just features on a bunch of people's albums.
Yeah, I think J. Cole 2018.
Yeah, J. Cole,
Yeah.
he was just on everybody's albums. And it's very prevalent in hip hop, and we wanted to recognize all the people who had pretty solid feature runs this year. Starting off with our nominees, we have J. Cole. Hold on, I'm out of order. 21 Savage.
Ooh, those drinks are doing a number on you.
Yeah,
huh?
sorry, bro.
No,
I
you're
can't
good.
read.
Yo, just think again, y'all. I hate to
Hold on.
plug like I'm here, but
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Just
$100
yeah. Okay, let me go back for a second. Just so y'all know,
would ruin the show. Please,
if you're new here, every super chat we're taking a shot for the Our Thoughts Awards. So just as a reminder. Anyway, I have my dried mango on me. Let's get into the nominees for the best feature run this year. We have 21 Savage on Creepin', Cash In Cash Out, Jimmy Cooks, and New Money. We have Anderson .Paak on Feel No Pain, Where I Go, and Not For Nothing. We have J. Cole on Johnny P's Caddy, London, and Stick. We got Drizzy Drake on Churchill Downs, Wait For You, and Staying Alive. And we have Tyler, the Creator, on Cash In Cash Out, Here We Go Again, Open a Window, and Big Persona. So
Yeah.
some dope songs on here, some great features. I'm a fan of all of these artists. Yeah, man. But I feel like we both know, out of all of these artists, who had the better year for a feature, though.
Yeah, I will say this artist had, like, for me personally, had an argument for being nominated for Artist of the Year, just based on this feature run that he had.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the winner of the best feature run, 2022, 21 Savage.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to you. You do something
21.
for me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, her loss, getting a little feature run on an album, basically. Like, Cash In, Cash Out, Creepin'.
Yeah.
Like some of the biggest records of the year.
We didn't even mention like surround sound as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite 21 features from the past year. Like
Yeah.
21, it was just
He did something for us.
He did a lot for us. Thank you, 21. And with that, y'all thought it was Tyler. Yeah, unfortunately, 21 objectively had the better feature run this year.
Creeping like Sam Levinson. Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, wow.
That's a bar.
I like it. I might, need to get a bar off. You know what? Speaking of Sam Levinson, one thing we wanted to do throughout the night is, discuss each of the Album of the Year nominees and kind of highlight what it is about each album that, makes it worth your time, just to give you some incentive and hopefully some kind of background before you go back and check some of these Album of the Year nominees. And with that being said, let's start off with the patron saint of this podcast, his most recent release, The Weeknd, Don FM. And yeah, let's discuss a little bit about what makes Don FM so incredible. So in Don FM, we catch up with The Weeknd after his apparent death at the end of his 2020 Our Thoughts Album of the Year,
Yes.
After Hours. And we get to witness his journey through purgatory, him recognizing and acknowledge some of the character's toxic ways, and even make steps towards being a better person. Sonically, the album takes the glittery, cinematic synths from After Hours and takes them up a notch, exchanging the Las Vegas haunted strip club setting for a dark and twisted disco with the devil.
Yo.
Especially on tracks like How Do I Make You Love Me and Take My Breath. He also delves into some Japanese city pop on Out of Time, some pure Michael Jackson vibes and Sacrifice, and culminates the album with the most thrilling, upbeat song about depression you've ever heard, with Less Than Zero.
Yes.
The Weeknd's latest album is a great, worthy sequel to After Hours, and is undoubtedly one of the best albums of 2022.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man. So real quick, what is it outside of maybe just like to you personally, like what is it about Dawn FM that makes it Album of the Year nominee worthy, despite, and what makes it different from After Hours?
I will say, After Hours and Dawn FM, they feel like two different worlds. You know, they definitely feel like there was, we were going through the act of what led him to this album in After Hours. And this was an extremely hyped album for me. You know, After Hours was The Weeknd's leap into superstardom. You know, I'd say, you know, years ago he leaped into stardom with, you know, I'd say Beauty Behind the Madness, and then Starboy that kind of got him in that pop star arena. Yeah. But Dawn FM was the response to After Hours, and I know I speak for everyone here, that album got us through the pandemic, just launched us into the biggest fans that I didn't even think we could become bigger fans of The Weeknd until After Hours came out. Launched this channel into what it is today. So I'm like, all right, Dawn FM, what does it have to offer? And I say this is the most interesting, this is the most honest and straightforward concept album that The Weeknd has ever released. That kind of purgatory, radio station in purgatory, on your way to hell kind of idea was something that really I felt like was something super out of the ordinary for him. I feel like he kind of doesn't do much concept outside of, you know, After Hours. But after that, I was like, damn, like, how is he going to follow up? And no, the hype was real around Dawn FM. Y'all were there when we did the Dawn FM release party stream.
Yeah.
Y'all were there when we did the Dawn FM reaction stream. Those are some of my favorite moments on this channel. But nah, I feel like the reason why it's nominated for Album of the Year is I felt like The Weeknd, he reached out and broke out of a shell that was established years ago. It felt like he had finally become kind of self-aware about who he was outside of being an artist, but also talking about his lifestyle. He was honest about, you know, the traumas that he's been through. Yeah. He was honest about the sins that he's committed, and he kind of made it a point to tell all of us, his viewers, that this haunted strip club, you know, toxic man, you know, I never need a bitch, I'm what a bitch need, is in the past. And he did that while creating music that is replayable, it's cohesive, it bleeds into the next, and it brings certain emotions that I don't think he would have been able to ever achieve on prior albums before this one. So Dawn FM, I know I'm speaking to the choir right now, but we just gotta give Dawn FM its flowers. We will be talking about the other Album of the Year nominees, but Dawn FM specifically obviously holds a very special place in our hearts. Yeah, and
it kicked off the year, so might as well have it be the first one
absolutely
to spotlight. Couldn't have said it better myself. In my opinion, this is, if we're talking about the After Hours trilogy, this definitely fits into that. What do you call it? Empire Strikes Back type vibe, where it's like a little darker, but also like a little bit more fun. You get a little more, I don't know. A little
more dystopian. I would say than After Hours.
A lot more. I think like otherworldly. I think too is like a whole nother thing. Like he taps into things that you just don't expect if you listen to, like, say, Trilogy, Kissland, Beauty Behind the Madness. You're like, okay, that's his sound, and then you listen to this album. I would not start someone like with this album, like suggesting it. So, but with that being said, Dawn FM, again, experimental, but really well done. Yeah. So shout out to The Weeknd.
The most experimental he's ever been, and so I really appreciate that. Can you read off some? We got some great questions in the chat about the album.
Yeah, starting off by Linnea. Hello, Linnea. What song is your favorite? Ooh. Let us know in the chat. What is your favorite?
Yeah, let us know in the chat. For me, my favorite song off Dawn FM is, it's tough. That's tough. I would say Out of Time. is my favorite. If I were to give a runner-up, is there someone else?
Is there someone else?
Yeah.
That's a great pick. Yeah.
What about you?
I gotta go with Less Than Zero.
Oh.
Less Than Zero, again, it's the most upbeat song you'll ever hear about depression. It's very thrilling. It's very cathartic, very much like a release. So that I think that's part of why people are so frustrated with the lack of a music video, just because it fits so well.
Yep.
But another one, since you gave two, I'm gonna give two.
Right.
One that I feel like is fairly slept on, that I hope kind of brings its way into the Weeknd fan base, get some love, is Starry Eyes.
Okay.
It's a ballad to the fullest. It's him being just pouring his heart out for this woman that we assume in our Don FM Explained video, which is in the chat right now, could be Angelina Jolie, could be whoever,
Could be anyone.
Could be anyone. Could be me. Could be Matt.
You could be talking about us. Starry Eyes. I think that almost sounds like OTP. That
Yeah.
almost OurThoughts eyes. Yeah. It's almost there.
It's almost there. But no, Starry Eyes. It's in that category of, like, for me, like Die for You, Wicked Games. What's another one?
Of his ballads.
Yeah, of
Oh
those
my
ballads.
God.
Scared
Angel.
to Live. Angel.
Yeah.
So no, it's in that category for me. Love it. Sacrifice. Yeah.
Let me see. Y'all was
Less Than Zero.
saying,
How Do I Make You Love Me?
Less Than
Yeah.
Zero. Yup. Sacrifice. Cesco already knows that. Sacrifice is fire. I love that guitar lick, man. That shit sounds so good. Pretty amazing album. Sacrifice is the best song. Yeah, you should listen to it right now.
And it also, as Chip Fan says, it also has Dr. Robotnik. Shout out Jim Carrey. One of the greatest, definitely one of the best, like, decisions to me on a Weeknd album is to have that story and to have Jim Carrey be a narrator.
That was
incredible.
That was pretty iconic, honestly.
Yeah, pretty cool. Anyways,
all right,
ladies and gentlemen, that has been Don FM. We will be coming back to it when we discuss Album of the Year nominees, all that stuff. But now let's get into the next category. One of my favorites. I'm an ex-simp. I definitely have done my fair share of simping, and because of that, this nominee or this category, we want to go and recognize some of the best songs to play while doing so. And we're discussing the best Sadboi girl records of 2022. Starting off, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees are Spread Thin, Mariah the Scientist, Less Than Zero by The Weeknd, Glimpse of Us, Joji, Go Away, Omar Apollo, What's Up by Division, I Hate You by SZA, and Do You Miss Me by Pink Panthers.
Yes. We mentioned in our nominees video, interesting kind of trend this year was that, like, a lot of the sad tracks that we would listen to were very upbeat and almost like really groovy and were kind of the opposite. So I thought that was cool, kind of a cool juxtaposition, just to have like a really hype track be about something really sad and depressing.
But then also you have like some of like the really like depressing, grungy, like Glimpse of Us.
Glimpse of Us, that's like the most sad you can get, yeah.
But it didn't win, though, is the question. And ladies and gentlemen, the answer is the winner.
The best sad girl / sad boy track
of 2022 is.
What do y'all think? What do you think? Put it in the chat right now. Who do you think's gonna win?
It's Less Than Zero by The Weeknd.
Yes.
So
congrats to The Weeknd.
Look, man. Obviously, like we just mentioned, Glimpse of Us, super sad song. Not going to take anything away from it. But I think what makes Less Than Zero a little bit different is that it is an upbeat song, but it captures all the feels, though.
I would say
somehow, some way.
This song, I feel like captures the feeling of melancholy the most. I don't remember a song. I don't know. It's just like it sounds so familiar. It sounds nostalgic. It sounds sad.
That
is the little like in the background. Just every part of it is so triumphantly sad that I feel like I haven't even heard a record like that. Even though it sounds like a record I've heard before. You know what I mean? It feels like a feeling I've felt that no one was able to kind of hit on the mark as well as The Weeknd did, and that for us is the best criteria for you to win Best Sad Girl / Sadboi track.
Boom. There you go. Congrats to the Weeknd, I believe.
Some claps in the chat for the Weeknd. His first dub of the night.
First dub of the night. Yeah. Hey. Whew.
Didn't expect that? Well, hey, you're in for a ride.
I know. We got quite the list of winners today.
Let us know also if you're playing along with us, what your score is after each category.
Please do.
We've done it's been 3 categories, I think. 4 categories?
2, 3, 4.
4. Yeah,
4.
So we're out of 4 now. Let me know. Again, we're gonna give you guys a chance to like kind of predict and guess before we announce the winner. Yeah. So let us know what your score is so far about who you predict and if you get it right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man.
Yeah. With that said, let's go ahead and go into.
Ooh, I love this. I love this category.
Yeah, especially this year. This category, it was a great year in terms of like, okay, we've got the big 3, the big artists that are coming back and all that stuff. But I think another thing that I look forward to every year is like, who's going to be that artist that takes the next step? There's a good amount of those artists that just skyrocketed into fame, whether it be because of TikTok, whether it be because of an album that dropped, whether it be because, I don't know, whether it be because you're a Nepo baby. We got, ladies and gentlemen, this next coming category, Best Up and Coming Artist.
Yes.
Take it away, Matthew.
I saw, Jose, you said take a shot. You know the rules. If we want to take a shot, you got to super chat. You know the rules. All right. For Best Up and Coming Artist this year, we have Little Sims, Red Veil, Pink Panthers, J.I.D, Yaya Bay, Ice Spice, and Raven Lene. Amazing artists, like through and through. Unfortunately, we did already spoil it in the nominees list. Unfortunately, Ice Spice does have to win in our hearts. Yeah. But in the OurThoughts Awards, we do take it a little more serious. But I will say, Red Veil, this dude has been nominated for the past 3 years. And, we bring this up. It's our own awards show, and yet, he still hasn't won. Yeah. He could change tonight. You never know. We have Pink Panthers, who kind of took the internet by storm in 2022 with her kind of cutesy, almost like anime-inspired, hyper pop, jungle beat type music. With again, she was actually nominated for Best Sad Girl track. So her lyrics are often very intimate and sad, but on like the most hype and upbeat song you can think of.
Yeah, Yaya Bay came out with a really, really great album. This hip hop, soul, jazz, R&B fusion that is so melancholic. It's so restful. It's very zen, but also kind of touches on a lot of, some of the insecurities and trauma and drama that comes with like relationships and such. And Raven Lene, again, that kind of bedroom pop, teenage girl kind of vibe, but also touches on a lot of different topics on her recent album. And all these artists, amazing. Did we miss an artist that? No, man. Oh, J.I.D. Real quick, just like an artist, like a rap artist that really just put himself on the map with this most recent album, The Forever Story.
Absolutely.
And with that being said,
we also have Little Sims too.
Oh shoot,
she came out of nowhere with that No Thank You album. But
loved her her last album. Sometimes I'm an Introvert.
So good, but she's like,
this one like crazy. Took her to the next level to me. Like I respect her in that like top tier category. Like I'm really excited whenever she drops. But with that being said, who do we think catapulted their reputation the most this coming year or this past year?
Again, and we'll let you guys say it in the chat who you think's gonna win. We'll name off the nominees again. We have for Best Up and Coming Artist, we have Little Sims, Red Veil, Pink Panthers, J.I.D, Yaya Bay, Ice Spice, and Raven Lene. Let us know who you want to win Best Up and Coming Artist. I'll give you a second to throw that. 1, 3, 2, 1. There you go. That's your second to put it in the chat.
Best Up and Coming Artist is J.I.D.
Yes, sir. J.I.D. off of Dreamville.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
Shout out to J.I.D.
Congrats,
man.
J.I.D.
There's something I said on stream when we first reviewed the Forever Story, which was that coming into this album, I wasn't really sure, and just based off his previous albums, I wasn't really sure where to put J.I.D. in terms of like is he just an artist that puts together like these playlist type albums? Is he like a real like album maker? You know, like is he in the Lil Baby category? Is he in the Kendrick category? You know, he's got the Dreamville affiliation, so you know he could be in that J. Cole tier. But I think what Forever Story did for me was just put a whole new perspective and like respect on his name. You know, like okay, I will make time for a J.I.D. Whenever he drops now, just because of how amazing this album is. It tells a story. It's a coming of age story, but it's also beyond just that. It's just some of the hardest music you've ever heard. And no, shout out J.I.D.
Yeah, I think J.I.D. He's always kind of been on my radar. I really enjoyed his DiCaprio 2 album that came out several years ago. He was kind of making waves on the Dreamville tapes, you know, with Stick and other really good features here and there. I always thought he was cool, but I didn't know if he had it in him to make an album, you know, like the
like a
album.
Real like cohesive
a narrative
concept album.
Yeah. So but he proved us all wrong.
Yeah.
The Forever Story is one of the most interesting tapes or interesting albums from last year. I still have that in rotation. I feel like I haven't even fully understood that album yet, and it's been out for a year probably. No, like for him to come back at and rise above all the other incredible nominees in this category and still make an album that is so like unquestionably like one of the better rap albums of the past year. Like that's definitely criteria for being one of the best up and coming artists. Sorry, Red Veil.
I know, Red Veil.
I'm sorry. It was probably up between you and J.I.D.
Yeah.
Again, but
and also Lil Sims. That if we had to narrow it down to three,
Lil
those
Sims
are the three artists I really like.
But no, J.I.D. Like we got our eyes on you, bro. Like we're ready for that next drop because I was really impressed by Forever Story.
Very impressed.
I just can't wait to see what you do next.
And speaking of, you know, anticipating what artists are going to do next, this next category is going to be regarding artists that hyped us up, that abused us, manipulated us, that did what they could to make our lives a living hell. This category is the Blue Ball of the Year.
Yeah.
They teased us, man. And look, going into the nominees, you know, we said earlier on the nominees video that got posted earlier this week. Sorry, those mint mojitos starting to do a number on us. Man. Basically, we had originally assumed, or we thought that there were no nominees. However, as you saw by the video, there's some updates. You know, it's not always set in stone. No. Sometimes we're willing to give every now and then. And ladies and gentlemen, we got 1.5 nominees.
We do have a write-in officially. I think this is the first write-in nominee for the OurThoughts Awards. As you saw from the nominee video, the Weeknd, he did get nominated for Blue Ball of the Year. I didn't think I'd ever see the day where the Weeknd is nominated for a negative category. But he did get nominated for teasing that Less Than Zero music video. But we do have a legitimate write-in to be the contender. Beyonce has been written in for her lack of almost kind of the same reason. Her lack of any music video or visuals for her Renaissance album. She does have, in fact, she actually clickbaited us. If you go to the Break My Soul video on her YouTube channel, it's the clickbait version, which is like the first 20 seconds it looks like a music video, but then it immediately cuts to just text, just Renaissance, Break My Soul. So she intentionally teased all the fans, the Bayhive, and
effectively blueballed us.
And blueballed everyone. If you look at all the comments on her stuff, they're like, where are the music videos? Where are the visuals for Renaissance? So, yeah, official write-in for the Blue Ball of the Year. But there can only be one winner out of two.
Out of two. And ladies and gentlemen, little drum roll, not too much.
Yeah.
The winner for Blue Ball of the Year is Less Than Zero by The Weeknd.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
Golf. That just deserves a golf.
Boo! Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Can we get some tomatoes in the chat for that?
Tomatoes.
Can we get some tomatoes in the chat for that? we do not want to see our king in the negative category this year, but
Yeah.
he put himself there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Shit, man. Like, less than zero. Like, again, we all have an image when that song comes on. We all know, kind of what a music video for that looks like. And to not have it, a little disappointing.
Very disappointing. In fact, so disappointing, he won the Blue Ball of the Year.
Boom. There you go. Now,
Man.
going into it, we want to go ahead and spotlight another album. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Denzel Curry's Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. And out of all the entries on this list, this album is definitely one of the most cinematic albums nominated tonight. Taking from a diverse set of influences like classic westerns, Quentin Tarantino films, and Japanese culture, samurai films, the likes of such, to create something that beautifully represents everything to love about Denzel Curry. When asked about the meaning behind the title, Denzel stated in an interview with Las Vegas Weekly, "Melt My Eyes is a metaphor for people's tendencies to avoid facing difficult topics in day-to-day life, while See Your Future is motivation for moving on by putting one's past behind and focusing on what's yet to come." Records like Walkin', Troubles, and Last Days touch on profound topics while also giving Denzel Curry the time and space to catch some crazy flows and get some slick lyrics off.
Yes.
So yeah, anything to add to that? What to you makes Denzel Curry's Melt My Eyes, See Your Future album of the year material?
One, I think it's a pretty long album. I will say there's a lot of tracks on it. In terms of how many songs, I wouldn't say how long it is. It's not like 2 hours long, but there's a lot of different tracks on there.
Yeah.
And every one of them, Denzel Curry was able to show off his lyricism, his curation of beat selection, his flows, and when I mean flow, I mean flows. Like this dude, when he catches a flow, he will not stop for 36 bars, bro. Like half the song could be the same flow. Like this dude is a rapper. And not only that, he was able to come out with a live studio band version of the album, basically doing the album again, live, and live vocals, everything, first time, basically like a Tiny Desk version of the same album. And I like some of the tracks better on that album.
Yeah. Walkin',
So,
I mean the hit song off recently featured in Scream 5.
Yeah.
Walkin', like, there's somehow a better version of that song done live. So no, all
and
credits.
he
to
raps
him.
even faster on that live version,
That's-
which is
yeah.
crazy. So no, Denzel Curry, like, he was going crazy this year. This album, to be nominated as album of the year, not even just best rap album, but album of the year, is huge. And so I think, like you said, Walkin', X-Wing, to name a few. I love that track.
Yeah.
Man, that album, it goes crazy. I kind of want to revisit it now that we're talking about it, but
Yeah.
no, the Denzel Curry, he came out of left field. Not really. I mean, he's been making music for a little bit, but he came out with an album so strong, so head forward, lyrics forward, bars forward,
And has a
flows.
very strong creative direction. Like I mentioned, there's definitely that Japanese samurai influence. There's that Western. I mean, you just see it on Walkin', like in the music video, Walkin', like it's so
I love that
creatively
record.
driven.
Yeah.
And, gotta respect it. And that's some of the reasons why Melt My Eyes, See Your Future is absolutely worth your time and is absolutely worthy of a nomination. Our Thoughts album of the year. Bada bing, bada boom, ka-chow.
Man. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. Yo, I think, okay. Can we take a breather for a second?
Yeah, no, not gonna lie.
Let's drink.
All right, we are about a third of the way through the Our Thoughts Awards.
Woo.
How are we doing? How are we feeling? How are we doing?
How are we
good?
feeling? Everybody, let me know. Let's do a little. Can we do a little status update?
Okay.
Let's do a little status update. Did you guys vote on the on the? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting
Oh,
there.
it's close.
It's close, man.
It's a close one. I don't know if we want to say the where we are, but
I'm not gonna say
right now.
If you want to go check what we're looking at, go on my Instagram story, Matt Mags 2 T's 2 Z's. But go vote over there. It's still a close call. I will say we can't call it just yet. But man, sorry y'all. We need a
Yeah, refreshments. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Obviously, we are here in person in the flesh.
Yes.
We had some amazing Korean barbecue, not barbecue, but we had an incredible tofu soup the other day.
Yes.
Changed my life.
Here in person. Let's just be with the chat for a second. Can y'all talk to us, everybody? How are you feeling? We're here. Our Thoughts Awards. We're hype. We're looking good. Hold on, let's get a little close up, bro. I mean, I don't know if y'all really realize this is the crispest y'all have ever seen us. Look how crisp. The lighting. Yo, all right. The light skin here. The Riz is too much. So I'm gonna take that away.
Someone said I might have a compilation of Cesco saying potatoes. Yeah, hey, check out the division deep dive, and you'll see why potatoes are such a prevalent part of this this podcast now. But yeah, no, hey man,
let me get another one of those mangoes.
Oh yeah. I love dried mangoes. What's your like go-to gas station snack? I would love to hear from the chat. What's y'all's?
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, give me one. I don't need the whole bundle, you know.
I know.
Go to gas station snack.
You got chips. There's like granola bars, cookies, all that stuff.
I would say I like Chex Mix.
Chex Mix good.
I like well, when I think gas station snack, I think like for a road trip. So you know, what do I usually get? I like something sweet. You know, sometimes some of the candy is good. Pringles always hits. Trolley eggs or trolley the gummy worms or whatever.
Yeah, sour crawlers and all that stuff. Yeah, there's like this I don't know the name of the brand, but there's like little like banana nut bread or like cheesecake little things that you'll always find. Like that stuff is always bomb. I'm a big fan of lemon chips.
Ooh, yeah.
Those lemon lays.
Yo, those are so good.
Shoot, I might pick that up on the way back, to be honest.
Yo, but I'm a big chip guy. Like, I always need something to munch on. You know what I mean? Like, not like, I mean, mangoes are good, but like, I need a crunch. I need a crunch. Like, there's something satisfying about it. Talking about lemon chips, what are the like tortilla chips? Tostitos. The Tostitos lemon flavor, those are the best flavor.
Yeah.
Like I can eat those without any dip. You know, like they're just so delicioso.
But God forbid you have some guac on it.
Some guac and the lemon? Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. We got let's see.
Let's see this chat. It just went crazy.
Kitchen Boy says I can hear the drunk in their voice.
Yo.
Again,
y'all don't know. This is actually our second one of these.
Yeah. And also,
if y'all want to hear more of that in our voice,
hit
that super chat button. Slap that super chat button. It could be 99. You can make us take a shot for 99 cents, bro.
That's a good value, right? I don't know.
That's some good value.
I don't know what else to tell you. That's worthy of your dollar.
Someone said lotion, gloves. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Jose, you're just wildin'. Nachos. Oh, sorry. Kitchen Boy says fucking nachos or candy.
Why are you so aggressive?
Fucking nachos.
I got you. Okay. Hot Cheetos. All right, chip fan.
M&Ms.
Wait, you say you're a chip fan. You know, like what chips? I know Cheetos aren't exactly chips, so let me know what chips you're a fan of.
Miracles mentions Kit Kats.
Ooh,
love a good Kit Kat. That's that crunch.
No, Kit Kat's one of my favorite candies. Let me know. Have you tried the matcha ones that you can get from the Asian stores?
I've seen those, but I've never tried them. Definitely, are they amazing?
Bro, they're worth.
They better than the chocolate? Would you say?
Yeah.
I love matcha. I love matcha, so that's.
I mean, chocolate's like classic, but the matcha ones are really fucking good.
Yeah. Has that like a hint of like green tea type thing? I like that.
Someone said Pringles. Two people said Pringles for sure. Does the U.S. have meal deal? What is a meal deal? Let us know what that is.
Okay. Meal deals.
Pringles, gloves, lotion, sponge.
You got a crazy road trip.
You're gonna get some side eyes at the cashier, bro. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You're good. Hey, Kitchen Boy. It gets to us. Sometimes we get a little bit too passionate.
You're really passionate about it.
Right there. Hey, we appreciate that. Yeah.
Man, I wonder. I might have some chips. Let me see if I can break out some chips real quick.
Okay, yeah, go. I'm sure the listeners will love that.
I'm feeling munchy,
Okay. Yeah, man. Anyways, here we are. Our Thoughts Awards. Hi, Mom, Dad. Hi, family from the Philippines. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope I haven't brought too much shame. Some popcorn. Oh, is that the Breaking Bad?
Yeah, the Breaking Bad popcorners.
I've wanted to try these for a minute. Okay, the little live reaction.
All right. So we got the white. Okay, I'm sorry if these are stale.
Great first impression.
I will say so. Shout out popcorn. Hold on, ASMR. Okay, these are the white cheddar ones.
Feed it to me.
No.
All right.
Okay, we can cheers it.
We can cheers it.
They're a little soft,
Yeah.
but the flavor's still. Ooh, that's cheesy.
Trying to figure out what the.
Whoa, Jose! Oh shit.
You know what we got to do? You know what? Instead of just a shot, let's go ahead and finish whatever we have currently.
Really? Damn! You got more than me.
All right, cheers, everybody. Jose, 99 cents.
Oh my god. That's all it took was 99 cents?
I am not going to be able to read in 20 minutes.
Oh,
Woo!
shit. Oh, well, let's eat some more pop chips so we can, like, make it to the end of this fucking award show.
I know. Shoot, I don't even know if we will. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boozy chips? What is that?
Potato corners.
Hey.
Pretty good. Not potato corners, pop corners. Popcorn is what they are.
Yeah, see. I love those commercials, bro.
Yeah. Were you a big Breaking Bad fan?
Yes, I actually just watched. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I just watched Breaking Bad, the entirety of Breaking Bad for the first time this year. And no, I fucking love that show. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Amazing show.
No, best show. I was so invested in Breaking Bad that I would literally have dreams of Walter and Jesse and Mike. Like, I had a dream of Mike yelling at me about something, and I woke up and I was
Matthew.
like, "Yeah, I know."
Matthew.
He's like, "You're not that guy, man. You're not that guy." And I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, "Oh fuck, man, Mike's so pissed at me." Or what is Walter? What's Walter Jr. like? He's gonna find out. Like,
Here, what other show have you been watching? For me, I've been watching Succession lately. Have you heard of that show at all?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of know the tone. It's like the most dark,
It's
dry comedy you'll ever see.
It is funny, yeah.
It's super funny, but also super dry.
It's super fun.
And super
thing
fucked.
is, like, I will watch it. I don't know if Maya's a fan, but also I'm like, why do I care about these rich people? You know, like, I don't care about these rich white people. They're like, the first episode, they tempted this little kid with like $100 if he could hit a home run.
Yeah.
And then he didn't hit a home run, and they tore up the check in front of his face.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people. Why am I rooting for anyone? Why do I want to watch a whole show about them? But you know, I will if it means like at one point there will be like their demise in the show, then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It's more of a hate watch, but
yeah,
I heard it's really good.
It's really good. Every character is the shittiest character you've seen on TV, and but what's really funny is that you kind of see some like redeeming qualities, and it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel before you get hit with another tunnel. You know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of like this guy, and then all of a sudden they do something shitty, and you're like, oh, okay. But no, the dialogue is super sharp, super well written. And also, was that just another J.I.D? Did J.I.D give?
I don't know. I can't tell. Hey,
moderator. Look how drunk.
Yo,
you don't even know.
No,
I
it's
think
not popping up. It's not popping up. Yo, moderators, was that a second donation, or am I tripping? Are we tripping? Let us know. Hold on, the chat's going crazy.
Yo, real quick, let me know who between the two of us is more drunk right now.
Yeah, I think it's you.
Yeah, I think it's me too.
Okay, the meals. Okay, hold on. Darren answered us. He said they're sandwich wrap, snacks like chocolate bar. Oh, you can get all that for just £3?
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
€3? Go ahead. Yo, Chester's about to yak in the bathroom right now. Yo, that's crazy. Unfortunately, Darren, the U.S. could never sell food for that cheap. So you got it made over there in Europe. Also, let me know where y'all are tuning in from. We haven't really asked. That's like such a cliche thing to ask all the time, but we haven't asked it in a minute. So it's always fun to just see like what's up. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to keep up, y'all. J.I.D with a knockout. Succession. Okay, my name is based off my favorite Sonic character, but I love Hot Lime Doritos. Yes, bro. Hot Lime. Those go hard. Breaking Bad nightmares are so real. I'm serious. Okay, let me explain this nightmare. Like, I was basically I was asleep, dreaming about. Oh, do we have a cat feature? Wait, come on.
Hi.
Okay.
I saw Cesco run to the bathroom, so I was like, should I just come on?
Yeah.
for a second? Okay, you're explaining your nightmare.
Yeah, about the Breaking Bad nightmare I had. But actually, it involves you, so this is perfect. But I was on the side of a cliff, and Mike from Breaking Bad is above me, and he's like, and Maya is hanging off the edge, like she's got like 2 fingers, and I'm like, grab my hand. Mike's like, we gotta go right now. You know how he talks. And so I'm like, I can't leave her. And so I grab, and somehow she slips out of my fingers and she falls down. You fall down a cliff. And Mike was like, we gotta go. Like, what the fuck? And we get into his car, we drive off, and I'm just like, bro, like, this is too messed up. Like,
Hey, you replace me?
I have to go.
Okay.
Replace me?
Oh, and that's that story.
You're probably wondering. Oh, sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Was I like interrupting how you guys met?
No. I was explaining a dream that I had.
Where he didn't save me.
Oh, from what?
She fell off a cliff in my dream.
And you're just like chilling.
And Mike,
just lay back.
Mike from Breaking Bad was there.
Oh, that's when you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let y'all go.
Hold on, refresh the chat.
Yeah, y'all. The chat's probably like, how did Cesco get a lot
Cat
prettier?
feature. Yeah.
A little cat feature. Yeah. But no. Tell him the name for
avocado.
Tell him the names of the cats in case they don't know.
I think Tia and Tamara off of the the sister type shit.
Sister. Love that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. There it is.
Tangent. I sorry. We just needed a quick intermission.
Yeah, because wait, did they see who was more drunk? No, not yet. Yeah, let us know. It's Cesco. Oh, a miracle says Matt.
I don't know about that.
A miracle, I like you. I
mean, if you're rooting for me, then do another super chat and I'll take a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next category. Let's get to the next category before we say something crazy. I'm really happy and excited about this next category. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the hooks and choruses that, couldn't get out of our heads, was infected, was that we were singing along to while we were at the bank, At the bank? What are you talking about? Like sometimes like you're just driving to the bank and then like whatever the last song that played, you're just while you're in line, you're just kind of like humming along. That's true. Song in your heart. And these next records, man, they had choruses that couldn't get out of our head.
Yes.
And going into it, ladies and gentlemen,
best
nominees.
Hook. Hold on. Wait,
nominees.
what is it?
Best hook and chorus, right under
line of the year. Oh,
shit,
did I miss it?
Okay. There it is.
Best hook / chorus. We have nominees for the best hook / chorus of 2022. We have "Out of Time" by The Weeknd, "Cuff It," Beyonce, "Creepin'" by Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and Mario Williams. We have "Nonchalant" by Mommy and Westside Boogie. We have "Bad Habit" by Steve Lacy. We have "Forget Me" by Louis Capaldi. Synonym by J.I.D. Walkin' by Denzel Curry.
This is gonna get real interesting by the end of the show.
Just that song. I can't say the name of that song.
So, real quick, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Sing. Doesn't necessarily have to be the winner, but it can be if you want. Sing your personal favorite hook.
Oh, of these?
Yeah.
Let's see. My personal favorite.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I wish I pooed, but mostly peed. I wish I pooed, but mostly peed. I piss and poo. I piss and poo, but mostly pee.
There it is, ladies. Take a bow. Thank you. All right, anyways, the winner is
the winner is "Bad Habit" by Steve Lacy.
Yeah,
clearly because of that performance.
Just simply because of that purely off that performance, ladies and gentlemen.
But
come on now,
it actually is.
No, it really is. We're not joking. This isn't like a La La Land type of thing. Like "Bad Habit" won, and yeah, obviously it did because
shout out.
My God, y'all know the chorus of "Bad Habit," even besides us singing it. Whether it's sped up, slowed down, or regular,
man,
everyone has heard it. Purely and simply.
This chorus, this hook and chorus, yeah, it was actually stuck in my head for a while. It's so popular that there's a piss and poo version of the hook. No, this. Okay, y'all, I'm looking at this. How have we only made $3 and then when we're this drunk. Okay, that needs to change. I'm not taking a single sip until somebody give me a big hitter. Where's J.I.D? Somebody hit up J.I.D. Anyway, Bad Habit wins best hook / chorus. It took over TikTok. Yeah, this was, everybody was singing this chorus, ironically, unironically. It's a great track. Shout out Steve Lacy.
Yeah,
Our Filipino king.
Yeah. And just saying some other ones that really interested me. That were definitely in the running here. Cuff It. We gonna fuck up night.
Yeah, that's true.
Night. Creepin'. The Weeknd and Mario Williams. Obviously, Mario Williams we're crediting just because he pretty much like made the original record, and it's kind of just like a cover basically. But no, Creepin', definitely just one of the. Come on now, like you guys want to just be singing in the rain after getting cheated on, and maybe not getting. You don't like getting cheated on, but
J.I.D.
You
J.I.D. with the
rang?
rebuttal.
Oh shit! Do we have to take out the 1800?
Oh, K with the back to back. Oh my God! Hold on.
No.
I shouldn't have said anything. Okay. Thank you guys.
Go ahead.
So
Here,
clearly,
I'll get.
Clearly, we're out. So I'll prepare the shots.
Thank you.
But
I'll
thank
keep
you,
all
J.I.D.
company.
Thank you, K. Hey, this. Keep the train going. All right. I'm a refill. Thank you,
Guys.
moderators. Thank them in the chat.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. But also,
Do you want an 1800 or do you want to try the crown?
do you want to crack open the crown, or do we want to keep it for tomorrow? Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Just it's nice. It's nice. If you want, just like a change of pace.
Not excited about this, but let's see. This is my
your
first time drinking. Yeah.
This is your first time drinking.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Anyways, oh my God, how are you guys doing? Kind of been a big week. Obviously, I'm here in LA. The La La Land, the city of dreams.
You want to do a shot of crown with us?
Yes.
We can do it all on camera.
I'm gonna be right back. God, they're so drunk. Yeah.
No, we're not. Y'all.
You're struggling.
Well, maybe Matt is, but I'm good.
The rapper. I don't have
But yeah, how have you guys been doing? What are we drinking? Well, we had some.
Maya made us. Maya was our bartender. We had some Mexican mules, which were pretty fire. But now we're about to crack open. We're starting to drink straight dark liquor right now. It's that part of the night. So if y'all want to see us go crazy, slap that super chat. You'll get what you want.
And also, if you want to, just like a fun little thing, if you want to attach something you want us to talk about while we're in the state, at this point, it's after hours, baby.
All right.
It's after hours.
Alright, y'all.
Alrighty.
So,
Give me the big cup, sure.
also, we got 2 super chats, so
Look at
that's
this
2
thing.
shots for us.
No, this is
Yes.
2 halves of a shot.
Okay. These are big boy shots, so they technically are 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing, guys. I'm good. Don't talk shit about me. This.
Okay.
It's a
Wait,
big-ass
I just
shot.
saw we got another one. Fuck. Okay, hold on.
Yo, do you think about what you were doing?
We did.
No, we
We
didn't.
did.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, cheers.
OTP.
Our Thoughts
2023.
Awards. Bada bing, bada boom.
Thank you.
Ah!
Hey, you spilt it. Oh sh. Yo, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad when you're like crazy drunk. Here, chaser.
Yes, please.
Mango chaser.
Thank you.
All right, yo.
You want another one?
I'm gonna be right back. God, we're so drunk. No, we're not. Matt is in denial. No, I'm not. They're laying on the floor. Thank you, Curry. That's another super chat. So we're gonna have to do another one.
I want the screenshot of what that looked like as soon as we. Anyways.
We have to do one more.
You have to do another one.
This one's for Curry.
Oh my lord.
Okay, we can make it an actual shot, so it doesn't have to be like a full pour. That one's for Curry. That's good.
Someone, a kitchen boy said, "I almost threw up."
I can hold my liquor.
But no.
Oh shit! All right, this one's for Curry.
I
I hope this is like legal, like on YouTube. I don't even
know.
Like,
No, we can. No. BuzzFeed Unsolved. They do a series of like videos where they get drunk
Oh, okay.
and like read ghost stories.
Yeah, like Jubilee,
So-
they do like they get high on camera, like with nuns.
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
good, we're good.
We're good. All right.
But also, I don't think they show them consuming said. No,
No,
they do.
they show
do.
them like
Yeah.
taking a hit of a
We're-
bong, like
we're
on
good.
camera.
We're
All
good.
right. This one's for Curry. Also, shout out Curry. We really appreciate you. You are one of our best moderators. Not even moderators, but just fans of us.
People, like, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, truly. Thank you for being there. Cheers.
Cheers. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yum. What do you think of the Crown? That was your first time having it. Ooh,
I like it with a dried mango.
That probably sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you want to try it?
Yeah, let me have the dried
This
mango
man
chase.
just drank it. No.
Well, I told you I like Crown.
Just drank it like he was John Morant, just like water.
John Morant. That's your second John Morant reference today.
Hey man, yeah, it is. What can I say? Dude's crazy, drinking like crazy. So
Okay, let's keep going.
anyways, the next category is when I get drunk, I talk like Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Come on.
Okay. Maybe
Speaking of which,
maybe not the best reference.
okay, let's talk about some live performances before I get into the next Bill Cosby award.
Yeah.
But like, yo, that could have been a good name for the.
I don't want to win the Bill Cosby award. Forget the Bill Cosby. I don't know what that is. What that awards?
Okay,
But
live performances though this year. I don't know if y'all saw. What?
Don't look at me. I'm just here.
Oh,
I'm just a
you
spectator.
caught my attention. So my favorite, live performances this year. We had the Silk Sonic tour, which went on from 2021 to 2022, so
Yeah.
it counts. We had the Weeknd concert, After Hours Till Dawn tour, and the one that I want to talk about, the Kendrick Lamar tour of last year. We watched it on Amazon. It was like an Amazon original, or
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime original. So I didn't get to go to the tour. I don't know why I didn't try and get tickets. I'm a big Kendrick fan. I just felt like I just knew I wasn't gonna get them. So
You've had some trauma, man.
I've had,
in regards
yeah.
to concerts.
I've had some trouble, but I was living vicariously through the screen, watching the Kendrick Lamar special on Amazon Prime, and pretty fucking cool, man. Like no, I just heard the chime. J.I.D.
Go ahead. No. Talk about the Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Give me like the baby shot.
Baby shot.
Like a splash. So Kendrick Lamar, that special was really cool because the visuals were cool. What's his name? Baby Keem came out. The little puppet thing, that was interesting. The dancers, like, really interesting. I wish I was on that. I was on that tour.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I might sip it. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
Cheers.
That tour. Or that live performance was really cool. I felt like I was really curious to see how he would translate Mr. Morale live. I mean, already that album is so different than all of his other albums, and it's very, very personal. And so it's interesting to see him do like the kind of like therapist setup, and it's like him in a box, and then they lift, and then it's Kendrick outside of the box. You know,
having the puppet.
The little version. Yeah, that was interesting. So, just pure artistry, honestly. Like the background dancers were sick. I mean, I can kind of transition that to you for the Weeknd concert with the veiled women.
Yeah.
You know, like, how was that? You know, seeing him live. You were there, like, literally there. I was behind the screen, but seeing him perform After Hours and On FM live, like, what was that like?
Yeah. Oh, shit, I have to talk now. Shit. I just remembered.
You're good.
No.
Just be honest. Just be
Yeah.
honest.
The Weeknd concert was incredible because a lot of it, you know, you're hearing songs for the first time that we've heard all pandemic, all 2020, all 2021. You know, thank you. I'm thinking about After Hours. I'm thinking about Faith. I'm thinking about Blinding Lights. You know, songs that I've heard so many times, but I've never heard The Weeknd actually. Like, I've never seen and heard him sing it in a live setting. So, you know, him hearing that is great. But also, like, I think what added to that concert was the instrumentals, the transitions provided by Mike Dean. Were a whole new dimension that gives it a whole new feel. Almost like makes it its own separate little album, which is why you get, you know, the Live at SoFi album, because it literally is kind of like spanning his entire career, just like a love letter for EXO, really. You know,
I wish I was there.
Old, new. You got some Kissland in there. You got some Trilogy, some you know, Beauty Behind the Madness, obviously Starboy, and then all the hits. So no, it's really crazy to see kind of like what the Weeknd has become, stadium tours, all that stuff, and he really makes the most of it. despite not being the typical stadium type performer, like he doesn't dance like crazy, he doesn't do flips, he doesn't but he's still commanding the stage, he's commanding the crowd, he's doing all that stuff and great visuals. Like I think of the Hills segment, it literally burns the stage down, and then it rebuilds and all that stuff. So no, part of the experience is definitely hearing the songs live, but also it really is like you're experiencing the songs for the first time in a different setting. It has that spaceship type vibe.
The moon, very iconic. You knew I had tickets for that, and then he canceled that, refunded me, whatever.
That's
all
tough.
Whatever.
That's
I'm
tough.
Okay, Kitchen Boy, tell me what mistake I made. Y'all made a mistake, bro. What? Let me know.
Oh no! I think he's talking about the fact that we had this whole super chat. Drink.
Oh, okay.
Because
sorry to be so combative on that, but like,
hey, Kitchen Boy was also fairly aggressive when it came to his snacks, so I think you just reciprocated.
Okay. No, you know who's aggressive is which one is it? They're not
Jose.
Jose's been real aggressive lately. We were saying this before we got on. Jose, you've been real crazy in the chat lately, bro. Like bringing up NFR podcast going live in 2 hours and 37 minutes 45 seconds. We do not care, bro. Like this is Our Thoughts Live. Like you gotta keep that shit in your own head. All right.
Go find that other podcast.
Yeah,
if you like that podcast,
if you like NFR better, just say it, bro.
Just say it.
Just say it. All right.
But let's dull things down a little bit.
Okay.
Let's show things out with a
I'm gonna chill.
not a podcast, a concert that we both went to, not together but separately. The Silk Sonic tour, the residency in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Real quick, so in case you guys don't know, residency means basically, they're exclusively in a certain venue, MGM Grand Park. Is that what it's officially called?
This was the shirt I wore to the concert, actually.
Yeah, there you go. And similar to like Elvis, say for example, with his residency, and it's really cool because it adds like a certain kind of like exclusivity. It's kind of like you're at a party thrown by Silk Sonic, and it's what's cool about it is that it's not just a concert performing their songs. They'll also perform some of their some covers of songs that inspired them that they love, and it really feels like a night curated by Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, and not only that, you can take some nice photos. As you can see.
One of them fell out. Sorry, but we just look so good. I'm sorry.
Amazing. Look at that, my boy. Sexy as hell. There you go.
Yeah, no, truly one of my favorite nights of all time.
Yeah. What are so first of all, we can talk about that aspect later. But what did you love most about the Silk Sonic experience?
What I love most is what probably most people hated was the fact that everybody put their phones away. I fuck with that, man. Like I didn't think I would like that because I wanted to remember the night, but the fact that there were no phones like sticking out, in your view and blocking the stage, like everybody was locked in, and it just lives as a distant memory in my head. Because I was super drunk that night too. Not that I'm drunk right now, but I was. It just so happened to be very drunk that night, and I was very exhausted because I knew every single lyric to every song. So I felt like I was performing. I was standing the whole time. My whole section was seated.
Yeah.
My whole section was seated. I was like, yo, this is after last night. Why are we sitting down? So no, amazing night. Man, I just felt like I was like, yo, this is for me. Like I felt like I was the only one in that venue. But yeah, bro.
You know what I love about it, to add on to that, is the fact that it feels like it's as much a concert as much as it is like a stand-up comedy routine. Yeah. For them, because you have like, first of all, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. You can see him right over here. Super charismatic, super funny, like confident in themselves. Like they're two guys that are like timeless. Like they're I love of this generation.
I love the fact that they played each other's songs from their first album.
Yeah. So to give some context, they had a bit where Bruno Mars like, look, like I want to make you a little bit of an offer. Like I'm gonna play one of your first songs on the drums. One of the songs off your first album on the drums. If you can play one of my first songs on the drums, and they play, I think it was
Runaway Baby, and then they played
You don't. Come down. Come down.
Was it Come Down?
It was Come Down.
No, it was like the one that was like, 91 at a time. What song? That's not Come
I
Down.
remember what that was.
It was off his first album. Maybe it's One at a Time or something. Anyway,
you can find the track list.
It was cool. Love Silk Sonic. Y'all know already. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's our segment.
And you'll have those. Obviously, there was that viral clip of Bruno Mars wearing the wig,
Wearing
which was
his wig,
amazing.
yeah.
Anderson .Paak's wig, yeah. So
Yeah.
no, incredible. Matt sounds so drunk right now.
Bro, I'm literally not. Like, I don't know
so
what
Matt
you're
is
talking about.
Matt is more drunk than me, is what I'm
Hey,
hearing.
big pepperoni, what the fuck going? Ah, shit! I didn't get the soundboard on this. You're right.
It's okay. It's the award show. We don't want to come
Yeah.
on. Like this is proper.
This
To wear
is, this is
shit-face.
proper, all right, y'all.
Speaking of which,
can we go to the next category? Let's get this fucking show.
you know
going.
what?
All
Speaking
right.
of which, I think it's a perfect time to bring in a newly minted award. Let's talk about the
Yes.
Biggest L Award, formerly known as the Nicki Minaj Award, but no longer going as
It
that.
is
Ladies
now
and gentlemen,
considered the Kanye West Award, which is honestly heartbreaking to me. The fact that Kanye has evolved and to so far that we are renaming the Nicki Minaj. It's been the Nicki Minaj Award for the past like 4 years. I don't know if you know that. So in the beginning of the Our Thoughts Awards, and Kanye West has taken such a big We're not gonna have that happen right now.
no,
Yo.
no, we're not doing a repeat of.
Yo.
You have no idea what I just saw. I just
That
saw
was your life just flashed before your eyes.
No, what I saw was a trauma from the one time that I spilled my drink over my laptop. But
That's
this
what I'm
time
saying,
times
bro.
two.
No, dude, this is my work laptop. Okay.
That could have been the biggest L of the night.
Okay.
But
Oh my god.
instead, we're going to talk about the biggest L of the year from some of these artists. And ladies and gentlemen,
Why do you have 2 alert boxes?
and also, why is Maya donating money?
Bro, Maya just donated.
Maya.
Maya just donated $5. I didn't
Maya.
know she knew how to do that. Anyway, can you get a napkin actually?
Yeah.
I wanna wipe this up.
Okay.
Also,
you haven't finished this.
Okay. Well, fuck.
And then you got another shot coming.
Yes. Okay. Biggest L. It really sucks that Kanye. It's named after Kanye. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. I know y'all are saying some bullshit right now. Y'all drunk for real. Curry, you don't gotta say that.
No, we're not really drunk. This is actually all fake.
Matt making facial expressions that he usually wouldn't on stream. Tell me what, bro. I've made the ugliest faces. Specifically, I've made the only time you could see footage of me online making ugly ass faces is on our stream.
Why?
How did you figure out how to make a super chat?
It was my first time, but I figured it out.
How did you figure out how to do that? Also, Cesco almost spilt water all over
I don't
all
know
of
if you
this.
saw that. I almost killed everything about this whole night.
Okay, biggest L award. Okay, I'm making sure this is all caught up to speed. Okay, so it really sucks that this is now the Kanye West award. Let's get into the nominees.
Here, we'll take this shot after we announce the winner. The nominees for biggest L of the year are the Grammys again.
I feel like that's just like a staple.
Yeah.
You know, we have to nominate them
As
every
we
year.
call them, the Scammies.
the Scammies.
We got BBL Drake.
I will say, if we have a biggest W, BBL Drake would be in it.
Really? So somehow simultaneously biggest L and biggest
And
W.
big, yeah.
Okay. Kanye, the Titty Alert Award. You got Tory Lanez. I don't like that you recorded me saying Titty Alert.
Tory Lanez and his fan base.
And his
as
fan
well.
base is a good asterisk. And then last but not least, Jack Harlow.
So let's just go through what gave them the L's. The Grammys, bro. I will say this year, we always talk shit about the Grammys, but this year truly was. I use this word describing the Grammys nominees this year. Disturbing. Like that's how awful the Grammys were. It was, what was it? Jack Harlow, God did. Like, what are these nominees?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Truly disturbing.
And as you'll see from our nominees coming up, like we really put our all into it. We really want to nominate like the albums that maybe even though you haven't heard of, even though maybe no one has heard of, No, I doubt that. All our artists.
I would
all
say
the
that
albums are
everybody's heard
pretty
of this.
No. But yeah, all the
I
there's
will
some
say-
albums that are like kind of deep cuts.
No,
but
for
I
sure,
will say
for sure.
that's part of it. Is like we want to recognize some of the albums that maybe you didn't hear about and that you should. So
Yes.
that's part of it. But what the Grammys I think fall short is that there's politics.
It's like
there's stuff
the
involved.
fact that ABCDFU or ABCDEFU was nominated for like record of the year. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
in those rooms? You know, like they deserve.
Song of the Year was an artist that we haven't heard of.
That's right.
all year.
It was all industry, plant, all that shit.
Yeah.
So Grammys nominated for L of the Year.
But when
Wait,
we're
go
talking
back,
about
down.
the well, a lot of, okay, we found it.
Okay, so
Ladies and gentlemen.
BBL Drake, Kanye, this year was real rough for Kanye.
You know what?
for
Let's
a
just say
Kanye
it.
fan,
This
bro.
man won the biggest L of the
okay,
year.
yeah,
Obviously,
yes.
it's named after him. He's had the biggest L of the year because if you ever have to say I like Hitler in an interview, that's just
You automatic biggest L of the
yeah.
year.
All right,
win.
let's go ahead and take the shot real quick.
This one.
This one's to Hitler. No, to
Whoa!
Kanye West.
Hey! Okay.
This shot is for.
Yo, how many times I gotta do this?
Oh, sorry.
Let's
Only
watch-
I
let's
promise.
watch what we say.
I promise this is it. This shot is for Kanye West. I want to make that very clear. We denounce
This is for Kanye.
Anti-Semitism.
We hope that you find
Yeah.
the light. We hope that you come back to us. Kanye, I can officially say I miss the old Kanye. Unfortunately, Kanye has taken the biggest L this year.
Mm-hmm. Goddamn, my
this-
face is so red.
I know the Asian glow is kicking in, but
Cheers.
yeah, we're honestly as a Kanye fan, this fucking sucks, bro. Like Kanye, y'all know, bro. I think one of the most money lost ever, like in a year. I say maybe besides Elon Musk, but bro lost like what $700 million worth of his net worth because he just couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. Like truly, bro, it really does piss me off.
And not only that, Donda 2.
Donda 2, we're not gonna even talk about Donda 2, bro. Like that wasn't even an album. Like I don't like the music Kanye is making anymore. I like the old Kanye. Sorry. So Kanye West, biggest L 2022. So big that we are renaming the category from Nicki Minaj Award to the Kanye West Award. Honorable mention, actually not honorable, dishonorable mention.
Yeah.
R. Kelly. I will say one of my favorite moments. I know this is wild, but one of my favorite moments is when he released like 4 tracks when he was in prison.
It's called I Did It. If you guys don't know, he was not like accused of, but pretty much found out that he was dealing with underage minors.
No, bro, but
and-
he was fully tried and prosecuted as a pedophile, and he came somehow. Somebody gave him a mic while he was in jail, and he released tracks about saying like, I can't even repeat it, but that it was so like egregious that we couldn't even put it in the L Award because we're like, why would we award this behavior? So anyway, if we could, in good conscience, rename this, it would be the R. Kelly Award, but I could not, in good conscience, rename it that, so it's the Kanye Award. So even then, Kanye West, like, just know that you weren't as... The fact that you were next up after R. Kelly is really fucking bad.
Damn. Yeah. So there you go. Biggest L of the year. And then with that being said, I think we want to go ahead and highlight another album. Here we are, another album of the year nominee. Let's talk about J.I.D's The Forever Story.
Yes.
Again, newly minted, best up and coming artist. Here we go. So J.I.D's third studio album, The Forever Story, is the origin story of J.I.D as we know him today. And oh yeah, it's some of the hardest music you will hear from this past year. The music also boasts the album also boasts an all-star cast featuring the likes of 21 Savage, Earth Gang, Kenny Mason, Lil Wayne, and Lil Durk, to name a few. This is J.I.D's first OurThoughts album of the year nomination, and
That's
it's
true.
definitely a worthy one, man. Especially with songs like "Stars" featuring Yasin Bey. No, not Stick. That's on
Surround
Gangsta
sound.
Grillz. Surround sound, yeah.
System M, Radar,
Yeah.
all of that. Bro.
And,
The
and
whole
like we
album.
said, like this album for me personally, like really put him on the map, and it was like, okay, like I gotta respect him as one of those
Oh yeah.
those artists, you know. So yeah, shout out Mr. J.I.D. And can I?
Biggest L goes to Cesco shouting out Hitler while taking a shot.
Did I really do that? Oh my!
Bro, you literally cheers to Hitler. Like I think we gotta like.
And then we all drank. So it
And-
sounds like y'all agreed with me. Y'all agreed with me.
Next category.
I think that's as big of an L as me saying it. I think it's you empowering me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next category is gonna be maybe
This is the dumbest category.
the dumbest category this
Okay.
year. We'll be straight up about it.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Line of the year.
I don't know why we didn't shoot. I don't know why we didn't think there were better lines, but
No, there was one that went. The one
well,
that
the one
won.
that went. The one that went.
So let's get into it. Line of the year. These were the lines that we feel like defined 2022.
Yes. Starting off, I'll name off the nominees. We have Jim Carrey on Phantom Regret off Don FM. Shout out Don FM. Weekend mentioned. Everybody go crazy in the chat. Anyway, you have to unwind your mind and dance until you find that divine boogaloo. Jim Carrey's iconic poem at the end of Don FM. We have Jack Harlow off of First Class with pineapple juice. I give her that sweet semen.
Damn right.
We have You Thought I Was Feeling You with Ice Spice off of Munch. And lastly, we have a write-in
Ooh.
with 21. Won't you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me?
Hey.
By Drake off of, what is it, Rich Flex?
Rich
On
Flex. Her loss.
Her Loss.
Yeah. As you can see, the dumbest category you could have possibly made.
Very unserious category.
We got some very profound lyrics, but then also we have Jack Harlow, and we have Ice Spice. But those weren't the winners,
No, actually.
ladies and gentlemen. If you
The
guys
winner-
watched the nominations video, this this was a write-in.
Drum
Ladies and
roll.
gentlemen,
For our best line of the year. This is the line we're choosing of the year of
to define
2022.
2022.
We have
21. Won't you
do
do
something for me?
Can you talk to the ops next for me?
Thank you. Thank you, Drake, for that line of the year.
Oh, what are we doing?
Shout out to that.
So yeah, no, this album. Come on now, this was probably if I had to, this is not statistical, this is not real, but I'm willing to bet that this line was like the most
Recited, the
IG
most
story.
memed.
Yeah, most memed, most IG storied, all that stuff. Most memed line of the year. And honestly, I feel like this was, as much as this is like a dumb category, I think this is one of the most like, you can't argue with the winner categories. Because, come on now.
Honestly, yeah.
21,
Yeah.
won't you do something for me?
It's the reason why he won best feature run, because of that song.
Oh. Scale
All right.
1 to 10, how drunk are you?
I'm like a 6, which is pretty high for what I thought I was gonna be.
Very curious to see what a 10 looks like. And if you are a 2, leave in the super chat.
Yo, all right.
Anyways,
Let's not get to a
most
10.
anticipated album, ladies and gentlemen, this year
Oh, this is a good
was
category.
a great category, great year for albums that we've been waiting for, not just for this year, but not just last year, but also like years prior. Like, we're gonna go through the nominees in a second, but my God, some of these names we've been waiting on for
Like we
damn near
said,
since we were in high school.
like we
bro.
said, this year was defined by the comeback artists, the artists who haven't dropped in a minute.
the expectations, the living up to it, and regardless of whether they did, these albums were the ones that
They were definitely anticipated, for sure.
yeah.
Starting off, can you read off the nominees for the most anticipated album of 2022?
Yes, sir. We got, I don't know why I said it like that. We got Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar. SOS by SZA. 2000, Joey Badass. Renaissance, Beyonce. Gemini Wright, Steve Lacy. Funkway Bounces Volume 2, Calvin Harris. And The House is Burning, Isaiah Rashad.
Yes.
Even though I believe that album came out in 2021, but we forgot to...
No, it came out in 2022. Okay.
Okay. We're rewriting history. So yeah, no. Real quick, what was an album regardless if it's the winner, that you were most anticipating?
For me, out of all of these, man, honestly, Steve Lacy, bro. Steve Lacy. Maybe besides SZA. I mean, obviously, everybody was waiting for SZA because, like, how you got to follow up Control. Like, people thought she was a one album kind of deal, and this is her date,
on her Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Vibe,
This is her sophomore album. Like, how do you follow up a timeless record like Control? But for me, I've been a Steve Lacy fan for a while, since his Apollo album. I was a fan of him when he was in the internet, Odd Future days. But I was really excited to see what he had to offer. And when he was, we talked about his rollout. He had he released Bad Habit, and then I think he released Sunshine. I was extremely hyped. For me, I was really anticipating to see like what Steve Lacy was going to offer us from Apollo. I think both of those albums are very different, but also very similar. And so I feel like he definitely delivered. But other than that, I would say probably SOS by SZA was extremely hyped. I mean, SZA's my girl. Like, one of my favorite albums of all time is Control. So I was like, yo, SOS, like, it's gotta live up.
Gotta deliver.
Yeah.
Gotta deliver.
I mean, all the other names on here, we have Renaissance, like Beyonce coming into the fold again.
For me, Funkway Bounces Volume 2. Like, I don't even gotta say it. Even, obviously Slide. Migos,
Slide,
Frank Ocean.
Straight up, Slide is one of the
record.
best records ever made. Like, within our time, like our lifetime, one of the best records ever made.
It somehow toes that line between being like a safe record to play, but also being a record that always works.
Oh, it's the dance floor filler. Is what I call that record.
Yeah, it just always works, and but like Funkway Bounces Volume 1, it's like despite what the record is, it's like every single record is like a good vibe.
Yeah.
You got Rollin', Future Khalid, you got that Katy Perry, Maroon 5, I forget. There's like some other record with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
But
so that being said, Volume 2 was extremely hyped. Extremely anticipated. Everybody, it did come out during the summer, a little late in the summer. But that whole summer everyone was waiting like, yo, where's the anthem? Where's the album that's gonna give us, the vibes for the summer. So
especially because it took super long between 2017 and 2022. But with that being said, the winner for most anticipated album of 2022 is...
Let us know in the chat, who do you think the most anticipated album? We have Miss Morale, we have SOS, we have 2000, we have Renaissance, we have Gemini Rights, we have Funkway Bounces Volume 2, we have The House is Burning. What is the most anticipated album? We'll give you 1, 2, 3 seconds to respond in the chat right now.
Starting now. 1.
What? Okay, I already counted down, but okay, we're doing it again.
3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yes, the crowd goes wild. Congratulations.
Bum.
Congratulations, Kendrick Lamar.
Our one woman crowd. Thank you.
Wait.
So
who did that? 2 minutes ago, Super Chat, $20. Happy OTP Awards. Yo, moderators, where are you at? You gotta know. You gotta tell us.
Oh, would you like your cup?
Yeah. Oh, shit. We didn't see it. We did. I really thought we had. I really thought that we had a break.
Baby shot for you, man? No. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Congratulations, Kendrick Lamar. Most anticipated album. I think I speak for me and on behalf of everybody in the music industry, in music talk on Twitter. That album was That album was extremely hyped. The rollout leading up to it, like everything, the cryptic shit that he was doing, it was crazy. Woo Z, I don't think I've ever seen him in the chat, so thanks for getting us drunker.
You know what? I think a part of the album that really makes it anticipated is because, all these other albums are great, but with Kendrick, there's like an expectation that the album is gonna like change the world. Whether it be To Pimp a Butterfly. I think that was the expectation. That set the bar. Like To Pimp a Butterfly, kind of set the tone for like a lot of the social justice movement, and in fact was an anthem for some people in terms of like they're chanting it in the streets. And then you go into Damn, which is like kind of subverted that in terms
strip
of
back, like super, a deep dive into his mentality type shit.
Yeah. I think he described it as like you can't change the world without changing yourself. So Dan was all about the self, and I think what Mr. Morale did, the hype about it was like, okay, how do you follow it up? Damn ends with him being this prophetic figure, like accepting it, all that stuff, and then you go into Mr. Morale, and it's like him. You get the feeling like he's gonna do some kind of, he's gonna be very intimate and very real, and he does not only that, but he does just that, but and more. So no,
that album. I mean, any Kendrick album. If there's a Kendrick album, I mean, everybody drops what they're doing. I remember the night that it dropped, everybody was live tweeting at the same time as they were listening to the album, like, oh shit, this album is kicking my ass, bro. Like, it's bringing up shit that we did not think we were gonna bring up, and it was. I remember that night really well. Let me just a couple things in the chat here. Isaiah Rashad was robbed. I will say that was extremely hyped too. Isaiah Rashad hadn't dropped in maybe 6 years. Once he dropped, The House is Burning, so definitely up there. Yo, Jose trying to cancel us. Like, I'm not for that. I'm about to put you on timeout, bro. Like, I'm not even joking.
Let's take a shot. Let's take our shot for Mr. Morale winning.
Okay.
Shout out to
Kendrick Lamar, the first dub of the night, right?
Mindfulness. Yeah, shout out to mindfulness. Shout out to being your better self.
Yeah,
we're about to
shout out to defeating generational traumas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Cheers.
Clink. I pour the drink onto the camera. Dried mango?
I think some water.
Dried mango? Water?
Oh. Wow, y'all.
I'm going to use the restroom. Go ahead and talk a little bit about...
Broke the seal.
Kendrick Lamar.
I already talked about Kendrick Lamar. Anyway.
Talk about him more.
Okay. What's next on the... Hey, you know what? I could do the next... Okay. This is Cesco's thing, but I'll just take over it. We're going to talk about one of the album of the years. We're going to talk about Renaissance by Beyonce. Give me 1 second to bring it up. So, as we continue highlighting all the albums that are nominated for Album of the Year, we are now on to Renaissance by Beyonce. And a little bit about that album. Renaissance is Beyonce's 7th studio album and her first solo studio release since 2016. It's 2016's Lemonade, if y'all remember. That was a visual album that released on streaming on YouTube first, then was released on Tidal, then was released on all streaming platforms. And she really did come back with a vengeance with Renaissance. Renaissance is a project that uses genres like electro house, Afrobeats, and dancehall that tries and succeeds in getting people up and dancing on the dance floor. The album is a beautiful celebration of Black and queer dance culture, and also a masterclass in artistry, as we see Beyonce experimenting in a way that few other big mainstream artists do. Songs like Cuff It and Break My Soul have been all over the radio and all over the playlists of all during 2022. Meanwhile, the album cuts like Virgo's Groove, Energy, and Plastic Off the Sofa are all absolute gems. I will speak for myself in saying that this album kind of revitalized Beyonce's relevance to me. I know that might upset some of the Bayhive or whatever, but Renaissance was a comeback that I was not expecting from Beyonce to be so prominent, to be so thought out, and to leave such an impact. Beyonce, I know like when she drops, people are hyped, but as someone who's kind of outside of the Beyonce bubble, this album got me hyped. It's perfect for a DJ set. It's gonna get people on the dance floor, and man, like I really did not think that Beyonce could come back and do something different, but she literally did, and took over the year by storm. This was Beyonce's year. 2022 Renaissance really took over the music industry, the music, talk of the internet, the entire year.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about an artist who is so well known, who is so prolific as Beyonce, still being able to reinvent herself. however old she is now and still seem like she's at the top of her game, like Break My Soul, like I mentioned before, Cuff It, like those are songs that we still hear, they're super relevant, all that stuff. But I think to me what really impressed me is a point that I am forgetting at the moment because of all these shots. No, but I think to me what really impressed me is you know what it was? It's the fact that when I'm driving down to LA, I had a 5-hour drive ahead of me, coming from the Bay Area to LA. And for some reason, the album that I was most excited to re-listen to, in order to, judge the album of the year nominees was in fact this album, Renaissance. And I think it was just because of like the feeling I got when I listened to it, and just the fact that it's Beyonce,
Yes.
Pink Panther's very own, Destiny's Child's very own. Like she is just like such an
Pink
icon.
Panther.
Yeah, that movie is incredible.
It is. The fact that Beyonce is like the main like, I don't know,
like suspect or
like she's the whole plot twist at the end of like who done it. You know?
And she makes like a little song too for the No, that movie is absolutely one of my favorites. So the fact that she's in that movie, and then the fact that in the year of our Lord 2022 she's able to jump in and make music that's relevant, and in fact like at the time was like ahead of its time a little bit. It was like ushering in the kind of upbeat house dance music vibe.
That was a huge movement in 2022. Dance house, dance hall.
Yeah,
it took the year by storm.
And another aspect too, one last thing I'll mention before we get into the next category, the transitions are really good. Obviously,
fire.
Dawn FM set the tone in terms of like all the transitions and stuff, but Renaissance really took that and added to it. There's a lot of amazing transitions on this album. It's really like almost some songs like really like blend together. And I know some people will use it as a critique, like, it's kind of meshes together, whatever. But that's good because it's all like a party, and you're in it, you're dancing, and
just like Dawn FM. Yeah.
So there you go, Renaissance, Album of the Year nominee, definitely Album of the Year material.
Yes.
And thank God for Beyonce coming back. Speaking of which,
can you prep this category while I take a leak, because I need to. The seal needs to be broken.
Okay. Oh, that's what that means. You said that before, and I was like, I have no idea what that means.
You didn't know that's what that means?
No. Okay. This show is gonna get derailed. So, there's a girl in my class that I really like. Comeback Artist of the Year. Again, like we mentioned, this year, 2022, is a year of so many artists coming back and kind of reclaiming their stake at the throne, whether it be Kendrick Lamar in rap, Beyonce in pop, all that stuff. And you're about to see a couple artists that have really, I can hear it from here. My God, Matt. Some powerful urination occurring right now. These next couple artists I'm going to name are artists that really we've been anticipating, but not only that, delivered on what it is, we're trying.
Were you talking about my urination? Talking about my urination on stream?
Well, they heard it. That's
Bro,
how powerful.
Keep my urination out your goddamn mouth. Hold on, come back.
Anyways.
Don't you ever talk about the way I piss. Okay.
The nominees for best comeback artist are Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar.
Wait. Okay, say it again.
The nominees for best comeback artist of the year are Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, and Big Time Rush. Shout out to Dom. Is this a dab? Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's so wrong.
First Big Time Rush nominee.
Yeah, hey, shout out Big Time Rush. Y'all killed it. Y'all have been killing it all year, dropping single after single, fire after fire. Love the series.
Oh my God.
Kendall should have ended up with Lucy. Logan should have ended up with Camille. Yeah, Camille. Yeah. Anyways.
Nobody watches Big Time Rush, bro.
The chat, please go ahead and surprise Matt with how much
With how much you know about
y'all
Big
are
Time Rush.
Big Time Rush stands.
Okay.
But no, comeback artist of the year, man. I obviously spoke a little bit about it, but
This is the main theme of this year was the comeback year. Right? Yes. And these
you
nominees.
can't slap me and then ask me to complete your sentence.
What? Okay.
3 times.
All right. I slapped my hand too hard. Now my hands are red. Next
So
time,
anyways-
next time it's on you. All right.
Kendrick Lamar really did his obviously he just won most anticipated, and that kind of goes, am I on the right category? Yeah, comeback artist of the year.
Yes. Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, Big Time Rush. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know that Big Time Rush is not gonna win this,
No, you don't know that for sure.
but
You don't know that for sure.
there's some big names in this category: Beyonce, Kendrick, Rihanna, SZA. Rihanna getting comeback artist of the year off of 2 songs.
Wait, 2 songs or just one?
Or just one, I guess. Or
Yeah.
one song and a performance
This-
at the
this-
Super Bowl.
This lady got a Super Bowl performance and an Oscar performance just off of one song, and I think we gotta respect the grind.
Dude, we gotta respect the queen.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she did not win.
No, she did not.
The winner, though, let me know. The chat is hilarious. Please let us know who you think. Y'all are not even talking about what we're talking about anymore. Like,
Honestly, we aren't either. we
Okay.
aren't either. This is supposed to
okay,
be an award
everybody
show.
focus. Who do you
Focus.
think the comeback artist of the year is gonna be
Who came back?
in terms of
hardest?
coming back after hiatus?
Who
Okay,
came
we're
back
talking about
the
Rihanna.
hardest?
We're talking about Kendrick. We're talking about Beyonce. We're talking about SZA. We're talking about Isaiah Rashad.
Who's dropped in 2021, but we're omitting
Big Time
that.
Rush. We're not gonna talk about Big Time Rush. Who of those? Who do you think is gonna win Artist of the Year?
I personally think Big Time Rush, but it's beyond me.
We got two votes for BTR.
Yeah,
Nation.
Woozy, you're the one.
Woozy got the BTR vote. We got Kendrick Lamar by Curry. Let us know.
This table is all messed up.
I know how did we get so out of whack?
You know,
Big Time Rush stands. Okay, y'all really want BTR. All right, let us know who you think. But again, there can only be one winner for comeback artist of the year. Again, comeback artist of the comeback artist year.
yeah.
Who was the one that came back and made the most splash? Who had the biggest impact with their album
Who came on our back
after
the hardest?
a hiatus? A lot of these artists have not dropped in 5, 6+ years. And who came back with the strongest debut after a hiatus? I'm gonna give y'all one more second before we announce the winner. One.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner for comeback artist of the year is SZA SZA.
Woo! Claps in the chat. Claps in the chat. Yes, sir.
Matt's-
SZA, first dub of the night.
Matt's fave. Matt's
my favorite. Yes.
Is it
my
safe to
girl.
say is she? I hate to ask this while Maya's in the room, but is she your hall pass?
Oh my god.
Is that a thing?
I mean,
Celebrity hall
sure.
pass?
I mean, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course. I would
Of
say she's
course.
definitely up there. Maybe like top 3 hall pass. But
Maya's revolted off screen. But anyways,
you can have your own hall pass too. This is like that Friends episodes where he has that list and it's laminated, and then the one he kicked off his list he sees in real life, and then shows her the list of his, the past of celebrities that if
Yeah.
he saw them in real life he could hook up with. Anyway, SZA won.
Anyways, SZA won, and she's great.
Yes.
Obviously, again, SOS. Great album. It's still charting number 1. Kill
Yes.
Bill, number 1.
The entire top 100 was completely filled with SOS. Like, I know we said, Kendrick Lamar, like Beyonce, like biggest albums, but like SZA actually came with the numbers. Like after not dropping an album, after following up Control, which dropped what? In 2017, which was like
2017.
5 years ago, she came back and dominated the charts. Kill Bill, one of the most streamed. She was just breaking the charts either way, and like she came back, and that for me is the best comeback artist of the year criteria, is that you come back and you dominate the charts.
Mm-hmm.
She was above Kendrick, she was above Beyonce, she's above Harry Styles, she's above what the fuck is her name? Taylor Swift. Anyone else who was also charting. After not hearing from her for 5+ years.
To come back with her biggest hit with like Kill Bill, you know, like you can't deny the facts, and that is that she not only lived up to the expectations, but she's also surpassing it. She's becoming that pop star.
She's broken all the records. Crazy. Comeback Artist of the Year, SZA. Congratulations to you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also very drunk, and if you show up in my DMs, who knows how I'll respond. Ladies and gentlemen, most disappointing album is the next category. And look, we've been anticipating a lot of these albums, a lot of great albums that are, you know, artists coming back and all that stuff. But these albums that we're about to list off just did not live to the hype. In fact, destroyed any of the hype that we had for it.
Ooh, most disappointing album. This category sucks. I will say. Unfortunately,
it sucks.
Like it really sucks that these disappointed us. Also, I see all your comments in the chat, and I'm choosing not to acknowledge them. So, anyway, most disappointing album of 2022. I will read the nominees. We have Honestly Nevermind by Drizzy Drake. We have Donda 2 by Ye. Wasteland by Brent Faiyaz. Funk Wave Balances Volume 2 by Calvin Harris. Viva Las Vengeance by Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco's one and only nominee.
If Panic at the Disco fans are out there, you know.
And then we have Come Home, The Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow.
Yeah, look, man, I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, Nevermind does not deserve to be here. It's a good album. I was die on that hill. It was a change of pace. It was a weird, honestly, like uncharacteristic artistic move by Drake.
So it didn't disappoint you?
But it didn't necessarily disappoint me.
Oh.
But I digest.
I digest.
There is also, again, like I mentioned, Panic at the Disco, Viva Las Vengeance, which, as you all know, Panic at the Disco is no longer a thing. Like they decided to retire this year because of this the reception because of this album. So no, those are the two albums that for me stood out from this category. How about yourselves?
For me, most disappointing. Like what was Donda 2? What is Donda? Like that album is
I haven't
so
heard
confusing.
it. Honestly, I have not listened to
No,
that
the only way you can hear it is with the stem player, which you have to pay like $200 for. Or you find like people's, rips online that you can download.
Yeah.
So, and I did listen to it, and I don't like Kanye. I don't like Kanye anymore, unfortunately. And it really fucking sucks to say that.
Guys,
I don't like Kanye.
I know there's the Kanye hate train is popular, but nowadays, but this
man,
man
truly, I
was a big fan. This hurts.
I love the old Kanye. Anyway,
chop up the soul, Kanye.
Wasteland, also another huge disappointment. I really was like banking on Brent Faiyaz to wow me. Wasn't really wowed that
Wasn't
much.
moved.
No.
Wasn't even moved at all.
Half of the album is like skits. And
that's like the only memorable part.
Yeah, I don't even remember the song. I've never spun that album since it came out. You already know my thoughts on Brent Faiyaz. If you haven't seen, I actually don't fuck with Brent Faiyaz. I think he has a couple good Lucy tracks here and there. Dead Man Walking for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the one like big track off of Wasteland, but Brent Faiyaz, I feel like he's kind of like what's wrong with R&B.
Oh shit!
Yo,
is everything wrong?
I feel like with R&B, like you gotta have the chops, you gotta have the vocals, bro. Like what happened to like the church singers turned R&B artists?
Yeah.
You were spinning Usher this past week, early before this stream, and I'm like, this is fucking R&B. You have Division, who have finally brought back that early 2000s R&B. You have to have the vocal range. Mm-hmm. And you have to have the chops.
The record making, I think that's a big thing. Because like,
ability, yeah.
Brent Faiyaz, to me, that album is just how I describe it is like, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Barely.
You play it and you're like, I get the vibe this is going for. It's toxic. It sounds all right. It's, it does what it needs to do. And it's like wallpaper. It sits in the background and it does what it needs to do. Sometimes you notice it and you're like, wow, it looks good. But sometimes you're just like, it's happening. It exists. Whereas Division, like you mentioned before, like that album is like
that's pure.
It stands out.
No, yeah, they revitalized that pure R&B sound. That's what I love about the album. But I see a couple of people saying here, "Gravity is the only good song." True. you know, and
That's fair.
I like that because this chat, bro.
Drunk Matt
This chat is on the
in fact-
idol. You're crazy for that. Anyway, nah. I really Brent Faiyaz, you know, I like his old stuff, you know, the F the World. I like that song.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype of Brent Faiyaz.
But with that being said, there is one album out here that not only did we not get the hype, but it actually like
Disappointed us the most. I know I
Yeah.
just went on a whole rant about Brent Faiyaz, but this album disappointed me more than Brent Faiyaz because both of us, because
Yeah.
we both had such high expectations, high anticipation for this album. In fact, it was in the most anticipated album category. Unfortunately, the most disappointing album of 2022 is Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2 by Calvin Harris.
this hurt. This hurt
It,
because
like, genuinely hurt.
like I remember my first time spinning this album. I was in the car, and it's again this album came out at the
Ignore that. Keep going.
at the end of summer, and it's like Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2 is a summer album, and you're gonna release at the end of summer. I think it was like August or something. And it's like okay,
End of August.
yeah, like we are going to like, wow, this is okay. And then not only that, but the music itself was very forgettable.
Lackluster, forgettable, not
Yeah.
as good.
Left a lot to be desired, man. And that is why, I mean, that's just the basis of what it means to be a disappointing album.
It sucks, man, because I mean, I get it. How can you follow up an album that has Slide on it? And I'm serious. I'm serious in saying that Slide is one of the greatest songs ever made in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I get that's a hard, you know, pill to swallow and that you have to follow that up, but it did not hit. It did not hit.
No.
And it was too late in the summer. I was already listening to other albums during the summer, like that were defining that for me, and it fucking sucked.
It sucked. It really.
sucked.
It not only was it.
And I
like,
know
mid-
you tried. I know you tried
I
hard to like that album.
I did.
And me too. I spun it. And I was like, okay, like Calvin Harris, Funk Wave Bounces, like this is the summer anthem, and
It just didn't hit.
It didn't
at all.
hit
Like
at
literally,
all.
like not a single record
No,
to me.
no.
Like gave a single like. Oh, this is what I loved about
Yeah.
Funk Wave
It
Bounces
did not
Volume
come
1.
anywhere close to Volume 1, and it really, man, that shit hurt.
That hurt. Yeah, so that's why I won most disappointing album because this
Yeah.
one really hurt us. Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1 will always have a place in our hearts. Volume 2 was just so bad. So, yeah, with that being said, here we are. Oh my God. We're at the Our Thoughts Awards.
Y'all are like psychoanalyzing me right now.
Yeah, okay. What are some of the comments looking like?
Half the comments are just me.
Drunk Matt is a different breed. You know what? It's kind of nice not being the.
You're
the
right
focus
though.
of
I
the-
am a different breed when I'm drunk. I don't hold back.
Question.
Okay.
If you had to give up 2 out of these three choices, what would you give up?
Okay.
Pork, beef, or seafood? Let me know in the chat.
Pork.
That's the one you'd keep?
I'd give it up.
No, but you're giving up 2 out of the 3.
2?
You're giving up 2 out of the 3. You only keep 1. That's it. Also, I
That's
hear Maya
super tough.
Maya, you could also chime in. If you could only give up 1, or no, if you had to give up 2 out of the 3, pork, beef, seafood.
I was gonna say pork or beef. You have to give up 2.
2?
Yeah.
Pork and beef. I'd rather take seafood.
Pork and seafood. The microplastics in seafood are insane.
Oh. So you take beef though? Like that's a lot of red meat.
Wait.
Like that's all you
I'm
can
sorry.
eat
For
from
the
this
rest of
point
life?
on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can no longer eat.
Okay,
the other
then
two.
pork.
But you do need fish too.
That's what I'm saying.
Fish is very.
But like
healthy
seafood,
protein.
that can be like any like sushi, lobster, oysters, mussels, shrimp. Like I'm gonna give all that up. I can give up beef, sure. Beef and pork. I know
but
there's
you
a lot
can't
of
give up- you
mercury.
can't- But the beef's Senegal though.
I know,
I know.
but I have to give up 2.
No, I think I keep the beef. I'm so sorry.
So-
oh no, I don't want to say that on the air. I'm not.
So pork and seafood is what you're taking? Pork?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So pork. Wait, pork and seafood is what you're giving up.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're saying you're taking beef.
Yeah.
Grass fed. grass-fed beef.
Only grass-fed, organic.
Yeah.
Only-
The cleanest, the leanest.
Yeah.
They
beef.
have so much room to
Grass-fed,
roam.
free range. Yeah.
Free range. They
Mhm.
can just eat as much grass as they want. They're
Yeah.
not in competition or anything.
But seafood though,
But seafood.
like that's so many things.
Sushi.
Sushi.
All
no,
sushi.
Lobster,
no.
oysters.
Well, how many times do you eat lobster and oyster? Are you kidding me?
But
Well,
like the
not
fact,
so. I wish I could eat it more. It's so expensive.
Well, yeah, it would be so expensive. You wouldn't be able to afford
All right.
your diet
true,
that
that's
you
true.
have constricted yourself to.
That's a good point.
What would you choose?
And he would not be able to eat seafood. So
Well, you can't even.
I would eat
eat.
certain
You're allergic
seafood.
to fish. Like you can't
Yeah.
even eat it.
I would eat beef just because it's
yeah, he chooses.
a
Yeah.
little less.
So you
less
give up
fatty.
seafood and pork.
It would hurt me, but yeah,
Yeah.
because like seafood, the seafood that I can eat, I love. Like goddamn crab,
Like crab, crab legs,
lobster, rolls, all that stuff. I'm trying to think what else.
What else can you eat? Like oysters?
I can eat oysters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just fishy
That's-
fish.
what?
Fishy fish, like gills,
Like
anything with
gills.
gills.
Oh,
Anything
okay.
with gills.
So you can't have like salmon, mackerel,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
All that stuff.
branzino. You can't have that.
Branzino.
That's a fish.
It's a fish.
Tuna. You can't have tuna. That's crazy.
Yellowtail.
Yellowtail.
You can't go to sugarfish.
All right. The question was for you guys.
Oh,
Fish,
I'm so
seafood.
sorry.
Oh my god, I'm allergic to fish. If you guys
Fishy
don't know.
fish.
But yeah, so your final answer is beef.
I think I have to take the beef. I'm so sorry.
Beef.
I'm so sorry, cows. I'm sorry.
Okay, cows are dying for Maya. How about yourself? Are the fish dying? Are the pigs dying?
I'm gonna take fish. I don't know. I
Or seafood?
seafood.
Yeah.
Like there's so many
There's so
variations.
much,
There's
yeah.
so many variations. Like with beef, it's like how much can you do that? Barbecue, burgers,
Yeah.
meatballs. You know, like it's all like you know.
Wait a
It's,
second. This is not fair.
why
This is not fair because beef and pork are one animal, but seafood
is
like
multiple
a million kinds of
multiple
animals.
animals.
That's fair.
unfair.
No, but
That's why I take seafood.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's a factor.
No,
Calamari.
You have to choose one seafood.
It sounds like you just
One
are salty
fish?
about your pick.
yes.
Why would I choose one
Because
fish?
That's the only way to make it fair. You're talking about beef and pork and fish. Fish is like
Okay,
a
then
million
what? Then
different
what
things.
fish would I give up?
Salmon. Because I
Salmon?
know you love it.
That's fine. I'll just have bass or cod.
No. Salmon is the choice. Salmon is the fish.
Oh, that I choose?
Yeah.
Yeah, salmon.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Salmon?
I could deal
You
with
going
it.
salmon?
I will say shrimp though, like Cajun shrimp boil.
Yeah, shrimp
That shit's
boils.
so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like
that'd be hard to
sometimes-
give up.
Dude, there was someone that was talking about how what's really good is if you take the sauce from a seafood
Yeah.
boil, and you put it in like a ramen.
Ooh, seafood boil ramen.
Like if you literally
That's crazy.
like the lowest
Yeah.
tier, like a cup of ramen,
Yeah.
cup of noodles,
Yeah,
microwave it, and then
in
you
the
put
seafood boil. That's crazy. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
I'm telling you guys, we've been talking about like a foodie type vibe that we might take this next couple summers. What am I trying to say?
Yeah,
this,
bro.
This upcoming summer.
You might have a little
And,
food vlog.
Yeah, no. Man,
Okay, we've been talking about food for too long. Okay, Jose, keep your comments to yourself, Jose. You over here ruining the vibe. Like we're out here talking about some shit that we love, and you're out here like y'all talking too long. We're not on your timeline, Jose.
All right. Pranav's mentioned drunk Cesco would rob a bank and make a vlog of a first-person shooter, sipping on a girl in the process, and he would yell, "It's false alarming time."
Whoa!
Yo,
What?
Pranav, I like you.
That's the new pin comment because that's the.
Yeah.
I don't think that sentence has ever been muttered in the existence of spoken word.
That's an original thought. Thank you for that.
All right.
Drunk Cesco. would be-
Hey, hold on, everyone. Darren is allergic to shrimp.
Oh, damn.
All right, let's everybody know Darren's allergic to shrimp.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm allergic to fish, so I get it. Drunk Cesco would be in the Blinding Lights music video.
That'll be lit.
I would be the Asian woman that he sings to in the karaoke bar.
You start like.
We start
floating.
lifting. Yeah. I would be down with
You
that.
be the Asian woman.
Drunk Matt would lick a frog.
You know, maybe. I would kiss a frog. I don't know
Kiss-
about lick. That's too much.
Speaking of food, have you ever had like frog legs?
I don't think I've had frog legs. I've had was it alligator? I've gator.
Alligator.
I've had gator.
Like what kind of like how is it prepped?
How was it prepped?
Is that a pasta?
It was a pasta. It was like a gator bolognese. Yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm definitely not gonna
It
find
was.
that on
When we were in Alabama, fucking bum fuck south, like the most southern point of America. I had alligator pasta, and that shit was good. It did not taste like chicken, like that we thought it would, but
Also, hi to my auntie from the Philippines who's watching right now.
Oh, sorry.
I just
Okay,
got a text from my
sorry.
mom.
I didn't say that curse word. Okay, let's keep going.
We are. What have I ever done to you, Matt? Interesting question, Jose. Considering you've been trolling us the past couple weeks. Oh my God, where are we? Producer of the year.
Producer of the year.
Producer of the year.
Yo,
We're
we gotta get through these nominees. Okay.
Yeah. We're in the big. Oh my God, we're in the home stretch, y'all.
We're in the home stretch.
Yeah,
Again,
this godforsaken show.
I haven't looked at the record of the year. Y'all need, if you haven't, go to my Instagram, Matt Mags, 2 T's, 2 Z's, and vote for your record of the year. We're gonna reveal it in a little bit. But producer of the year, let's get into it.
Yeah, producer of the year. Obviously, like these are the people that kind of make the backbone, the bed of the song that the artist lays in.
We have
Such
short
a
and sweet
weird way to
list.
phrase that.
Short. No, you're right though. They are 50%, if not more, of all of the tracks that we listen to. Producer of the year. We have it's very short and sweet, but it's a tough category. We have. Can you name off our nominees?
I don't know if I can. The Alchemist. We have Metro Boomin. We have Kenny Beats, and we have Pharrell.
This was tough, even though there were only 4 nominees. All of these producers are insane. Pharrell, for me, outside of just this year, is my favorite producer of all time.
Boom, boom, boom.
The 4 count, the Pharrell 4 count. He's been on all of your favorite artists' favorite tracks. You know, we have Pharrell's work with Jay-Z. We have Pharrell's work with Justin Timberlake. Travis Scott, like most recently with 21 Savage and Tyler the Creator. Like, Pharrell has been everywhere since the early 2000s. He was working with Clips. Like, I love Pharrell.
The fact that he's still so relevant, and the fact that he's still able to do
and he's still making
what
music.
he does, and it's like I believe he produced Gravity, which is like the best song.
Really?
Because remember the original album cover.
Oh,
the single is like
the
Neptune style.
Pharrell like nerd. Yeah.
So I mean, like even the fact that like Pharrell was even able to touch one of the most disappointing albums of the year and still make it one of the best song off that album.
True.
Speaks a lot to his artistry. And also, one thing I want to talk about is, my God, The Alchemist.
Yes.
Is so good. Like when you think about
that dude works.
Just like what rapping is, a lot of it is like the bars and all that stuff. But what The Alchemist does is like he's able to like kind of lay the bed for, say, like Benny the Butcher.
He is
and
the
West
producer,
Side Gun to be able to like do what they do best.
He is the producer for underground hip hop right now. You know, all of Griselda, all of the underground hip hop artists, like you said, West Side Gun. We have Conway the Machine, Rock Macarena, like literally so many underground artists. Like I feel like there's not a day that The Alchemist doesn't just sit down and just cook in the factory. Like literally he probably turns out like 20 beats per day, just like literally just sitting there. There was a video, I don't know if you saw it, but on The Alchemist Instagram where he's like chopping and making a beat on a record that's playing. He's just moving the needle and he's chopping it like that.
Wow.
Like the precision you need to have to like chop a sample while it's like playing on a record player without having to like record it and bring it to a program and chop it like that. He's literally just moving the needle and making a beat. Like,
damn.
I'm telling you, The Alchemist is the producer's producer.
That almost makes me think he should have won this category.
Almost though. But if we're talking about who made the biggest impact, who had the most sales, for a producer tape, that's kind of like the definitive. Like, you are a producer. This is the tape. You are curating this mixtape with all these features. It's you through and through. Mm-hmm. And out of all these people, if you want to announce the winner,
There's only one artist that dropped their own mixtape album
that did numbers. More numbers than all of the other producers on here.
Yeah, and there's something I want to talk about them in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of the year, 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Metro Boomin.
Yes.
Hey, what happens? What happens if you Metro don't trust you?
He gonna shoot you. Yes, sir. Metro Boomin,
I'm so drunk.
producer of the year, with Heroes and Villains.
I'm like at an 8. Sorry.
You're at an 8? I'm still at a 6. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. How
Anyway,
about you, Maya? Where are you at?
you're like a 4. 5?
5.
No, you're at like a 6. Metro Boomin had the biggest debut for a producer tape, the most records sold. He took the year by storm, bro. Some of those tracks are still in rotation on like Rap Caviar and on the charts. Like, bro, Metro Boomin, even though for me personally, I prefer the production of Pharrell and Alchemist more than Metro Boomin, but if we're talking about just pure success from a producer, like Metro Boomin, like he took this year by storm. For sure. It was his year, 2022.
You know what? There's something about Metro whenever I listen to, say, Heroes
Make
and
it
Villains,
boom.
or All Heroes Wear Capes, or what is it? Some heroes wear capes, no heroes wear capes. Some heroes wear capes. Is that the production is always, you know, despite being in that trap sound, it's always so clean and crisp, and
Yes.
really feels like it's, I don't know, just like produced. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, as like, you can tell like the craft and the artistry and the hours that went into it, and the fact that like no one else, everyone has tried to recreate that trap, epic, booming, dark, cinematic sound, but Metro just does it in a way that is so him, that is so different, that when you hear the Metro, like it's not just because of the tag, it's also because of just like how much goes into the beats themselves. So no, Metro, and also like the creativity. Like one thing about the All Heroes, not Heroes and Villains.
Not all heroes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
is the
that's
name
what
of
it's
the other. Some heroes wear capes, all of them. Some of them.
Not all.
But Heroes and Villains, like it's so like there's some beats that kind of go into like a little bit of like a 2000s nightclub vibe. There's some songs that are just pure trap future vibe. There's some songs that are 2000s R&B. I think he's produced like a Miley Cyrus song. So like
Crazy.
Metro Boomin, like he spans the gamut with regards to like what is music. Like he does it all. So
Okay.
shout out to producer of the year, Metro
Thank
Boomin.
you, Metro Boomin. Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I will say, we got to speed through these next categories. This will be the longest OurThoughts awards ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think part of it is also the drunken.
Okay. We're sorry, y'all. We're trying
rants.
Okay. Next category.
Oh wait, we
Producer of
wanted
the
to
Year.
also highlight
Mr. Morale and the Big
Okay,
Steppers. Okay,
so
give
let's
us
go
a
ahead.
little rundown. Mr. Morale, another album that is nominated for Album of the Year.
Yeah, no. So coming off of one of the greatest 3 album runs of all time, again, Good Kid, Mad City, Team Butterfly, Damn. Kendrick Lamar took 5 years off before giving us Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. This is absolutely a concept album to the fullest extent, as the album focuses on lyricism and storytelling over choruses and production, as opposed to a lot of what hip hop does today, and also kind of touches on a story that really like tears down the idea of Kendrick Lamar as we know it. And during his speech accepting the Grammy for Best Rap Album, Kendrick Lamar stated, "I found imperfection with this album," referencing how it never mattered what any of the critics or fans had to say about this album. It was one that Kendrick needed to release.
Yes.
And with that being said, man, like what sets this album apart? You know, we had a video regarding like this next Kendrick album is going to change the world, change the universe. In what ways did it do that?
I think
If it
Kendrick.
did.
No, I think it did. I think Kendrick was able to make songs about topics that I don't think anyone else could ever make songs about. Talking about generational trauma, talking about toxic masculinity, talking about his own bigotry. He was extremely vulnerable, talking about like all the aspects of his relationship with his now I don't know if it's his wife or his baby mama or whatever, the relationship that he's had this entire time during his career, all of his faults. That he even revealed that he was addicted to lust, addicted to cheating, like, as you know, he's a huge star traveling all over the world, he admitted that he, was not loyal.
Yeah.
And the fact
That's so crazy to think about, because the most we know about Kendrick and his partner is that they're good.
Yeah.
So for him to reveal that, oh no, like, this is Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
I've been kind of going through this thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, that's big.
No, I think Kendrick
Crazy.
Lamar, I really didn't know what to expect with this album. And for me personally, I was going through a similar revelation about myself, about being self-reflective and like, being honest about what makes me, and in terms of how I was raised and the environment I grew up in. So I felt like for the first time ever, an album was able to touch on things that I directly related to in such a way that I don't think any album ever could have touched on. So yeah, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was a huge triumph for Kendrick, and I will say it's not my favorite Kendrick album. It's definitely a little stripped back, definitely highlighting more on his personal journey, emotionally and through like therapy and shit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't exactly translate to the best music ever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was just one of those albums that he just had to release for himself.
Yeah.
In order for him to move on as an artist. So for me, honestly, it just made me really excited to see like, where does Kendrick move from here? Like he finally laid all his cards on the table for all of his listeners. And if you decided to listen to him, then so much about him. Then where do you go from there? Yeah. I know that he's back in the studio. I know he's making the next album's in the works, but Mr. Morale last year was such a highlight that it had to be nominated for Album of the Year.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that Brawler, your
Yes.
latest film
Yes.
that just came out, which I'll link in the chat here. It's available for your viewing pleasure. Was very much kind of like inspired by, or kind of like it kind of drew on certain themes.
It was happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Mr. Morale
that's
and
cool.
when I was filming and when I was writing and filming Brawler was happening at the same time. So actually, when I was directing my actor, I mentioned to him, I'm like, have you ever heard her song Father Time?
Yeah, shout out Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan, Mr. Brawler. Have you heard Father Time off of Kendrick Lamar's album? And I'm like, this is what Brawler is about, is that song. And he already knew what I was talking about. So we were able to bond over that and create a good performance just off of referencing a Kendrick Lamar song. So yeah, this album, it is integral to my experience, to me, of 2022. So I'm really glad that it's nominated. And
Yeah.
I will say, this year's nominees for Album of the Year it's pretty tough.
Would you say it's your favorite song off Mr. Morale?
Father Time? Oh, yeah.
Some people
for sure.
are asking.
For sure. Father Time, for sure. Other than that, maybe Rich Spirit.
Rich Spirit is such a bop.
That is his most West Coast LA G-Funk song he's made. Even off of Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly, no song matches the West Coast vibe of Rich Spirit.
I feel that, yeah, man. I would say someone said it here. I mentioned before. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I'm just so drunk I imagined
You're just
it.
making shit up.
Yeah. No, but Count Me Out.
Count Me
for
Out's great.
Is like the song that really like carries the themes. Obviously, Mother I Sober, all that stuff. But yeah, no, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, absolutely Album of the Year material.
Okay, y'all. We are in the final stretch. These are the big hitter rounds.
Here we are.
This has been the most convoluted, the most crazy, chaotic Our Thoughts Awards of all time. But what else can you expect?
Yeah.
Anyway, we have Music Video of the Year. As you know, we love music videos. There were amazing music videos this year. Let's go into our nominees. We have Cash In, Cash Out by Pharrell, Tyler the Creator, 21 Savage, directed by Francois Rousselet. We have Walkin' by Denzel Curry. We have Just Wanna Rock by Lil Uzi Vert, directed by Gibson Hazard. The Heroes and Villains short film by Metro Boomin, directed by Gibson Hazard again. That drink coming back up. How Do I Make You Love Me by The Weeknd, directed by Jocelyn Charles. Out of Time by The Weeknd, directed by Clica. Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar, directed by Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free off their PG Lang label. All of these music videos are fucking fire. If I could nominate maybe like 5 more, I could.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Some highlights. Just Wanna Rock, bro. That music video is insane. Like, just it starts in outer space and dives into the streets of New York is like this a massive crowd. The streamer Kai. I don't know if you,
Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat is in it, like front and center,
Super
like
dope.
you know, doing the dance.
All respect to Kai.
Yeah, we
he's
love
the
him.
GOAT.
Yeah. Talking about Heroes and Villains, the short film.
Yeah.
We talked about how that was a huge like integral part to the rollout of that album. That one was fire with fucking Morgan Freeman, like crazy.
And then obviously going into the Weeknd music videos we've gotten, like How Do I Make You Love Me, Out of Time, they all kind of fit into that Dawn FM world while also being their own separate little stories. You know, Out of Time being this beautiful little love story. You see this little meet cute that happens with the Weeknd and
With
Hoyoon.
one of the stars of Squid Game.
Yeah, no, and it's a beautiful little love story that has it's a great little tone, and then kind of takes its twisted turn towards the end. And then obviously, How Do I Make You Love Me, animated music video. He always kills the animated music videos with Snow Child. How Do I Make You Love Me? I don't even know if I'm making words right now, but How Do I Make You Love Me is a great music video. It tells an amazing story. Kind of follows up on Out of Time with Hoyoon appearing a little bit.
I will say this was definitely a tough category for us. I remember when we were deliberating the winners for this category, we were like,
there was two in particular
there were
that
two that we really weren't
tackling.
sure what was gonna win, but
yeah,
we decided that the most the music video that had the most artistry, that fit the vibe of the song the most, that was the standout of the entire year, was music video of the year goes to
Cashin' Cash Up, Cashin' Cash Up, Cashin' Cash Up, Cashin' Cash Up, Cashin' Cash Up.
I go to the beach and we had
Guys, if you haven't already for some reason, go ahead and watch Cashin' Cash Out music video, and literally from the first frame, you'll get why it won.
It's all the stop motion, the claymation, insane.
And it's all like, the thing I love about it is that it's stop motion, all that stuff, but it also like it really embodies Tyler the Creator, 21 Savage,
and Pharrell.
Like they really like get all like the little movements that you're like, oh yeah, that is definitely Tyler the Creator. The other music video, in case you guys are wondering, that was like literally like tied with it until we like watched it
neck and neck.
Even while we were watching it, we were like, damn, like this other music video is still up there. Is Walkin' Denzel Curry. Like again, we mentioned that album.
It was a whole Western movie in a music video.
It was own little story. You know, told the story of this like this cowboy walking through, very Tarantino-esque. Set the mood. Like if you listen to the song by itself, and then you watch the music video, you're like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I thought the music would be, or the music video would be. So that being said, Cash In Cash Out, I think, was an incredible music video, just technically, in terms of all that stuff. Yeah.
Dang, it looks like we're not really with the chat here with the nominees.
Go watch the music video.
I'm telling
you guys will agree with us.
Let us know.
I'm
also,
very
if you're keeping track of your score, let me know. I will say this year is probably, I don't know, our thoughts. We kind of went out on a limb on a lot of our awards that we decided, or the people who we decided to win. In terms of maybe we chose some people you didn't think we're gonna win. So. You know,
but these were the people that we really believed should be recognized.
We still believe that they should
for 2022. You know, So no, very happy with Cash In Cash Out winning music video of the year.
And with that, let's keep this train rolling, y'all. I know.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Albums of the year. But
we're almost there. Okay, next category we have Best Indie Alternative Album, brand new category to the OurThoughts Awards. Let me just get into the nominees real quick. We have for Best Indie Alternative Album. These are nominees that are not hip hop or R&B. I know that's our bread and butter, but we have expanded our music taste. And this year, I feel like this genre really expanded into something that really caught our attention, enough to make an entire category about it. So the nominees for Best Indie Alternative Album are Mahal by Tori Moy.
Here, I'll hold it while you read the rest of the
There you go. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. We have Ants from Up There by Black Country New Road. Yeah, I feel like we got to be goated for that choice. And in the dark. Next, we have In the Darkness, Hearts Aglow by Wade's Blood. And lastly, we have Terciopelo by Shao.
Yeah, I think one thing to be said real quick is like if you haven't heard some of these albums, they're nominated here for a reason. They're nominated because we would like for you to listen to them, and because we think they're worth your time. We're not here to just BS you. If you haven't heard of Mahal Tori Moy, this is a great album as well. Again, Gemini writes, you probably heard it. But, all these other Way is Blood, Black Country New Road, Terci Paulo Shao, which is something that, Matt put me onto, like, incredible albums. And kind of, I think what we're kind of finding out over the next couple of years is that, last couple years is that genres are kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think some of the best, most innovative, most kind of interesting things I've listened to the last couple of years would fall under this category. So that being said, I'm really glad that Matt decided to include this category. And anything you'd like to say about any of the nominees?
Great year for alternative indie albums. I really got into that genre this year, but I will say, for the best record out of all of these, drum roll please, is Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. Yes, bro. I was really excited for Steve Lacy. In fact, I feel like this album kind of transcends genres most of the time. But, Steve Lacy, he came out swinging and won Best Indie Alternative. I will say, I feel like this is a culmination of so many different genres. But Indie Alternative, I feel like, represents what this album really is. So, congrats to Lacy. Your first dub of the night.
What he said.
Yes. Thank you, Steve Lacy. Best Indie Alternative. My favorite album. One of my favorite albums of the past year.
There you go. Best Indie Alternative album. And we're going to get into another Album of the Year category. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the toughest categories. I think the toughest category of the year.
I know. We're just speeding through this, but I know. As much as the next person, I want to see who wins that record of the year. So, as you were saying.
Yes. Let's talk about definitely the toughest category we've had to go with to discuss. Let's discuss Rap Album of the Year. My God. Going through the categories, you've seen the nominations video, but let's go through it again. You know how deep this pool goes. We got, starting off, More Black Superheroes, West Side Boogie, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar, Soul, Sold Separately, Freddie Gibbs, Forever Story, J.I.D, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, Denzel Curry, Learn to Swim, Red Veil, Cheat Codes, Danger Mouse and Black Thought, No Thank You, Little Sims, 2000 Joey Badass.
Take a breather.
Ramona Park Broke My Heart, Vince Staples, It's Almost Dry, Pusha T, and God Don't Make Mistakes by Conway the Machine. So
y'all, I
think this broke the record for like most nominees,
most difficult category ever, like truly ever. Rap this year, to me, I feel like it just expanded tenfold, like in so many ways. Like I feel like they just innovated from the underground scene to the commercial scene. People were innovating rap all year. Mm-hmm. And so that's why there was literally like 12 nominees for this category.
Yeah. Absolutely. But what is it now?
There can only be one. I feel like we haven't said that much.
No, we haven't. Honestly, compared to like last year. Yeah,
but
no.
There can only be one.
There can only be
12 maybe more than that. 15 nominees of Best Rap Album.
Mm-hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner for Best Rap Album of the Year is...
Put it in the chat. Who do you think is going to win the Best Rap Album? We have Freddie Gibbs. We have Kendrick Lamar. We have Denzel Curry. We have Black Thought. We have Little Sims. We have Joey Badass. We have Vince Staples. Who is going to win Best Rap Album of the Year? You have 5, 4. We have Pusha T. 3, 2, 1. The winner of Best Rap Album of the Year is...
none other than J.I.D. with Forever Story.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sir. Best Rap Album. Best up-and-coming artist to Best Rap Album. What a come-up.
Yeah. It's almost like the Best Rap Album kind of led to him winning Best Up-and-Coming Artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to be able to, like I said, as much as I respect J.I.D., he's had a couple great, DiCaprio series. He's been on a couple great features. He was on, like, some of the Dreamville mixtapes. But I think what he did with J.I.D. The Forever Story was prove again that he can make like a real conceptual album. But again, like this is best rap album, and what he did was just that, rap his ass off. You know, you got him, you know, keeping up with some of the legends like Yasin Bey. You also got him with like 21 Savage, all that stuff.
I will
like
say,
he's rapping his ass off.
I think the biggest thing here is that J.I.D. won over Kendrick Lamar for best rap album. And there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that, and you'll find out in the next couple categories. But yes, I do genuinely think that J.I.D. made the best rap album last year.
I agree too. Yeah.
So, I know that could be an upset. But then again, you know, our Thoughts podcast, our Thoughts Awards, like we're not holding back this year. There were gonna be upsets at one point. You know, this was a tough year, but J.I.D. to us made the better rap album over Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, I'm you know one half of this thing, but no, this is I think again, shout out to J.I.D. to I think his first two Our Thoughts awards, and it's best up and coming artist, best rap album. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Again, you put your whole J.I.D. I swear to God, one more super chat will wreck me.
One more super chat.
Anyways,
one more super chat and we're done.
The cousin category, I think, of best rap album is R&B.
R&B, the best R&B album.
You know, coincide with each other so well. But with that being said, we want to go ahead and recognize what is the best R&B album of the year, and the nominees are.
I will go through. I will say this was a great year for R&B as well.
Yeah, R&B is not dead. Whatever.
No.
Anyone will tell you, R&B is doing just fine.
In fact, I feel like it's revitalizing. Thanks to these nominees. Starting off, we have "Working on My Karma" by Division. We have "Age, Sex, Location" by Ari Lennox. "Candy Drip" by Lucky Day. "Ivory" by Omar Apollo. "SOS" by SZA. "Capri Songs" by FKA Twigs. And "Gemini Rights" by Steve Lacy. I feel like, to me, this is my favorite lineup of records, albums. You could listen to any of these albums and love it. That's just to say how good R&B was this year.
Yeah, and also what I love about it is that it's kind of running the gamut of R&B. You know, like R&B is so weird because, oh my god, my shirt's really unbuttoned. R&B is really weird because it kind of can be any genre. If you think about it. Anything with singing and some soul can be classified as R&B. And, you know, looking through the categories, you know, you have someone like Division who is, you know, trying to bridge the gap between traditional R&B and today's R&B. And then you got Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights, who's like really pushing the boundary. Let's say Age, Sex, Locations, which really paying homage to that Erykah Badu, you know, neo soul type vibe. But no, yeah, and then you have artists like Omar Apollo, who are Apollo. I'm sorry, pushing, you know, the boundaries and the kind of like turning in that like alternative R&B vibe, but still doing it really well. So no, really happy with this group of albums.
Yes.
My God, I can barely talk. But with that being said,
there's only one winner.
There can only be one, and ladies and gentlemen, the winner
of best R&B album of 2022. Again, we have Division, we have Ari Lennox, we have Lucky Day, we have Omar Apollo, we have SZA, we have FKA Twigs, we have Steve Lacy. Who is the best R&B album of 2022? Put your votes in right now while we drum away. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The best album.
Oh my God!
R&B album of 2022 is right here on the wall behind me. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. Yes, sir.
Look, some traditionalists may not love this pick, but look, it's R&B. However way you spin it, and that's not just a vinyl pun. However way you spin it, this is an R&B album. It captures all the love, all the heartbreak, all some of the camp, some of the scene setting, the storytelling, the just like basic rhythm and flows of R&B. Like this album touches all the bases, but also just does it in such a modern way, such a lovable way. but also such a timeless way. Like one of the big comps that we have for Steve Lacy, especially after this album, is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder is R&B, however which way you slice it.
Yes. I think what's interesting is that Steve Lacy just won Best Indie Alternative Album and Best R&B Album, meaning that this album itself transcends two different genres.
Yeah.
I think what's super interesting is that I feel like Steve Lacy kind of prides himself in his ability to be fluid in his music making, being able to jump through so many different genres of indie, alternative, R&B. It's a culmination of so many things that I feel like is basically what makes Steve Lacy so special. And especially the fact that this is called Gemini Rights. Geminis being, there's two halves to them. Someone who can kind of bounce between two different versions of themselves. I feel like that's kind of the vibe through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact
it's
that
the beauty of the album, really.
Is
that
he
flips between two different personas.
Exactly, and
so
he can flip between so many genres, and I see little hints of, like you said, Stevie Wonder. I see hints of Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
I see hints of
Prince.
of Lenny Kravitz. Like so many different inspirations that can be drawn to Steve Lacy that you can't even pinpoint one, and you're just like, well, that's Steve Lacy. Yeah. And so I feel like the fluidity of his music matches the fluidity of his personality and his identity.
And also matches the fluidity of the genre.
Yeah.
I think is the big thing that we wanted to say with, who we chose to win. Because R&B, it's kind of the big talking point is like, oh my God, R&B is dead. Da, 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 da. But no, it's just, what it is just like what you currently know as R&B is, tank top singing in the rain.
Right.
Like that's maybe what you picture as R&B. Maybe that's not as quite as prevalent. You have Division doing it. But R&B has evolved, has taken different shapes, different forms. And what Steve Lacy did was, shape it in a modern context. And I think what better year to do it, 2022, than to award the R&B album that really shaped what it is for it to be R&B today.
Yeah. He's
super fluid.
He's pushing.
That's what R&B is.
He's pushing that genre forward.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, y'all.
How are you? Real quick, rate our drunken rants 1 to 10 because I feel like I'm kind of nailing it, but
no,
then
we're
again,
good. Hey, y'all, we're in the final stretch.
Shit.
These are the big hitter rounds. These are the last 3 categories.
But before that, I guess we kind of already did it, so this is kind of
if you have one more thing to say about Gemini Rights before we get into our last 3 categories.
Do I have anything?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, no, basically it's just saying that, this album, despite, Steve Lacy being mysterious, despite...
Oh. How'd that turn off?
Here. I got it.
Wait, turn it back on.
Here, I'm going to have to do a little thing. Where was that dongle I had over here?
When the lights cut off?
I know. Hold on. We're not done yet.
We got a couple more categories.
Where's my dongle?
I have a dongle.
Here, you have an extra spot?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we're gonna be right underway.
We're good. Y'all, we're good. Okay, power that back on.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen. Gemini Rights. Steve Lacy. Despite being, kind of playing off his mysterious vibe, still somehow boasts one of the biggest, most recognizable songs of 2022, Bad Habit.
Yes.
And again, just the record making, the artistry in this album goes beyond just like someone who is just only in his second studio album, Gemini Rights. So Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights, Album of the Year nominee, definitely Album of the Year material, and it is here. And also one thing I will mention just before we get in, another nominee, Division, Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
You're just always nominated because we kind of have to. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and...
okay, y'all. I got to stretch for this. Yo, we are here, y'all. We are in the final 3. The last few categories, the big hitter rounds. Starting off, we have Our Thoughts Podcast, Artist of the Year. Yo, can we just acknowledge we are in the final 3 categories of the Our Thoughts Podcast Awards?
Crazy. It's been a long time.
Yo, it's been a long time coming.
You know what?
Okay.
I need to pee.
Oh, okay. We'll
Let's
give him a
do
second.
that again.
We'll give him a second. All right. He need.
Bless him with another story.
All right. Give us like 2 seconds.
Tell them, describe to them the first film you ever like wrote a script for.
Okay. That I wrote a script for? What was it? It was probably something in high school, honestly. I didn't write scripts when I made my films back then. But, yo, rate this Our Thoughts Awards. This has been very unhinged, very insane. I will say I appreciate everybody sticking through it to the end. I have not looked at the People's Choice Award for Record of the Year yet on my story. If you haven't voted, please go vote. We are about to reveal that in the next 10 minutes after this. Yo, I'm really glad we stopped with the super chats when we did, because it would have been a completely different story. Then again, you never know what can happen in the next 10 minutes. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all are thinking in the chat. For these last few, yeah, a bunch of craziness for real. But it's been fun, bro. Like this has been a cool setup. I think this is definitely a vibe. Here, you know what? Let's bring it back in. This Our Thoughts Awards has been crazy. It's been out of the ordinary. It's been exhausting, but that's nothing new for Our Thoughts. That's every single live stream. Are we ready?
I think we are.
Right.
What have you been talking about?
I've literally been bullshitting.
Okay,
let's go into the Artists of the Year, y'all. We're almost there. We have 3 more Big-Hitter categories.
You know what? Let's take one more shot.
Wait, before People's Choice, before we end it all. Okay. We have Artist of the Year. Our nominees for Artist of the Year for 2022 are SZA, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, Beyonce, and Steve Lacy. First Bad Bunny nomination for the night. I feel like that was kind of like a preliminary, like we kind of had to.
You can't deny just the pure numbers and impact and sales he's had. So obviously we're talking about artists that define 2022. Bad Bunny in there, but I think obviously another artist that had to be thrown in there just because patron saint of this podcast, but also because of just the sheer, again, that numbers argument is The Weeknd.
Yes.
He is absolutely in that argument too. But honestly, all of these artists really made their stick. I don't think there's one that you can really argue against being in this category. No, you're
all of these artists were huge this year and took 2022 by storm. But as we always say, there can only be one.
There can only be one.
Yes.
Oh, I got way too close. But
and I will say, it might not be who you expect. But for Our Thoughts Podcast, Artist of the Year, everybody right now, put who you think is going to win Artist of the Year. SZA, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Steve Lacy. All of these people had insane impacts this year. Let us know who you think is going to win.
Yeah.
Then again,
and in a couple seconds, we will let you know who we want to win.
Starting the drum roll now. Artist of the Year, Our Thoughts Podcast, Our Thoughts Awards 2023 is Beyonce. Yes,
hey,
sir.
Okay.
The Bayhive.
So this might take a little bit of explaining because Beyonce, you know what? I think for me personally, obviously all the other stuff, numbers, the album, all that stuff. Yeah, sure, that's artistry. That's a great kind of scale to do artistry. But for me, what I love about music in general is that your ability to, despite everything you've made, to be able to reinvent yourself and to change things up and to be able to still be able to take risks. I think that's another thing that's big about this year, taking risks. And I think Beyonce took a very big risk in terms of being able to just unapologetically and full on dive into the house music, dance vibe, electro, Afro beats vibe. To be able to do it as well as she did, to make it cool, to make it popular, to make it pop. I think, now you think about it, every single artist is like looking for what's my upbeat dance club record. So no, Beyonce, what she did with, let's say the Renaissance album, let's say with her performances in Dubai, like she was able to really like, and also like her vinyl setups. I don't know if you saw that, but like her vinyl like sleeves were just super like well done, super intricate, and also like just like the class that she always kind of like portrays herself with. Like she just kind of held her own and kind of was a presence all throughout 2022, despite only releasing the album and no music videos like we just said. But now it's like she's still doing her thing.
I know y'all want The Weeknd, but again, in terms of global impact, in terms of who really like took the year by storm, I know The Weeknd, the streaming numbers, number 1 on Spotify, whatever.
2022 wasn't The Weeknd's year. I know y'all will say that just because of statistics, but again, numbers like
it does not measure in terms of impact. Beyonce is Beyonce. The Weeknd is The Weeknd. But I know we give our flowers to The Weeknd so often, but Beyonce really did come back with an album that took the entire world by storm. Yeah. I know that The Weeknd has, streaming numbers and all that, but Beyonce, her impact alone was inevitable and was you couldn't not realize that Beyonce was killing it this year. Yeah. And she, The Weeknd, we kind of expected that from him. He did what was expected. Not saying that it's bad, of course. Dawn of Feminine is an incredible album.
He's nominated for our Artist of the Year. That's great.
Yeah. I will say though, people are bringing up Steve Lacy. I know that Steve Lacy.
I love that answer too.
Steve Lacy had an impact, but I will say that was really only prevalent on the internet, on TikTok. I understand that for me personally, I like Steve Lacy outside of all that shit. Mm-hmm. But Beyonce took over. I'm serious. Like we stand by this point. Beyonce kind of subsided any other preconceived ideas about what her album could be, about her comeback this year. The Weeknd, he had an expectation. We knew that he had to follow up After Hours. Beyonce hadn't released an album since Lemonade, and that album was a visual album. And so the fact that she could come back this year and top the charts, produce an album so cohesive and a concept album. I will say it's neck and neck with Dawn FM. Dawn FM has the same exact effect as Renaissance to me. Yeah. It's that kind of concept album. It's through and through. It kind of like, bleeds into the next track. All that. It's like one long DJ set. Yeah. But Beyonce was more prevalent in the conversation of music. The Weeknd, in terms of promoting Dawn FM, in terms of bringing Dawn FM to the forefront, was not as impactful as Beyonce. Yeah. And that's too bad, because I truly believe I love Dawn FM, but not many people were talking about it outside of our circle here. Outside of our bubble, this Our Thoughts bubble, the XO bubble. Of course, it's like the talk of the town.
And there's a lot to talk about. But with regards to, again, artistry goes beyond just the numbers. It goes beyond just like, for me, it even goes beyond just like the external, like impact that it has on, like I say, other artists. Like for me, it's like, what did you do in this past year? And what Beyonce did was, I think, just really shift up her tone. Like, think about how long she's been in the game. Yeah. Destiny's Child, like 90s, 2000s. And here we are in the year of our Lord, 2022, I guess, in this instance. Ooh, thank God there was nothing in there. And she's able to still like push music to what is popular. Yeah. Like again, The Weeknd has won a lot of these awards because like he's been able to make pop cool. Yeah. I think what Beyonce did was make pop cool, is make the dance music. And now you get people that don't really know about that bop, learning about, through Break My Soul, Cuff It, all that stuff. So I get it. Like where we have a big Weeknd demographic. If y'all wanted to, he would win every single year. But we try to be
we're playing
as,
fair. We're playing fair.
We try to, as much as we want to also represent like our tastes, we also want to try to represent like when we look back at it in 5 years, like who defined 2022, and this year, I think was definitely defined by just like, oh shit, Beyonce's back.
Yeah.
And she's back with a great album.
Yeah.
What's next?
Exactly. And again, that doesn't undermine anything we think about for Donna Femme.
Yeah. Or the Weeknd.
Or the Weeknd, obviously. We're always going to be advocates for the Weeknd. We are a Weeknd podcast for sure. But that just goes to show y'all that 2022 was a competitive year.
Outstanding.
So many people dropped. When you have big names drop like that, it's hard to choose. And, you know, objectively, we just said, you know, Beyonce, we really think the impact that she had was more impactful
and more potent
than Donna Femme. In my opinion, I think that After Hours made a way bigger splash than Donna Femme did. It had a much more bigger moment. It was the moment through the Super Bowl, all the music videos. It had a bigger splash than Donna Femme. And so comparing Donna Femme to Renaissance, both very similar on the same wavelength, I think Renaissance takes it by a little bit. So very controversial year for Our Thoughts podcast. Very tough competition. We're not done yet though.
But we hope we at least got you thinking about, you know, like, okay, I can see that. See that. But, you know, that being said, let us know what your thoughts are in the chat. All that stuff, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. But let's get into the in my opinion, is like the biggest category, the category that says a lot about this year, you know, like is what album defined 2022, you know, like anyone can make a record of the year, which is what we're about to recognize in a bit. Yeah. But also it's like, but what body of work really encompasses like everything there is about this year? Such a big thing to ask from an album, but this, you know, these albums that we feel like put together a pretty good argument at, you know, determining like and kind of setting the trends for what 2022 I feel like should be defined by. And with that being said, the nominees. I'm losing my voice. Let's get into it. Dawn FM, The Weeknd. Renaissance by Beyonce. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar. The Forever Story, J.I.D. Gemini Rights, Steve Lacy. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, Denzel Curry. And of course, Division by Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
So yeah, man. Very obviously, we just got done saying our piece about every single album on this list, but no, man. What is it to you that makes like the album of the year?
For me, album of the year must consist of impact on that year. It must consist of doing something different than all the other albums, objectively, not even just in your genre, because obviously all of these albums are in different genres. But in terms of an artist making an album, you have to stand out in what you did with that album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other than that, it comes to, you know, concept. And it also comes to, you know, the ability to express yourself through that medium. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there's a lot of great records on here. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. We talked about that. Gemini Rights. Dawn FM, Renaissance. Like, there's so many albums that are big hitters. This was a huge year. Mm-hmm. This is the most stacked this album of the year category has been.
Yeah, absolutely. But there can only be one.
You're gonna blow their ears out.
I'm sorry if you're wearing headphones, but that's your fault, and it's your fault for getting the super chats. Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen,
let us know who you think will win album of the year.
This
is album of the year.
Let me go get our shot ready.
Shot is gonna be ready.
Go ahead, put in your guesses, because ladies and gentlemen, album of the year again. To me, this is basically like the Best Picture award.
Yeah, this is like Best Picture Oscars.
Yeah, like again, anyone can make a great record, but a great album, a whole body of work, 12, 13, whatever songs, that's crazy. So yeah. Let us know
in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to be. Again, I'll read the nominees while he cues up that shot. We have Dawn FM by The Weeknd. We have Renaissance by Beyonce. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. The Forever Story by J.I.D. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. And Division by Ed Sheeran. All right, y'all. This is it. Before we read People's Choice Record of the Year, this is the last category for the Our Thoughts Awards. Let us know who you think. Let us know.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let us know in the chat. In the chat.
The winner.
Let us know. I'm giving y'all a little bit more time.
Of
I'm seeing a couple albums in the chat.
album of
the year. This is album of the year.
Sorry, album of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that I just knocked over, but I'm really excited. Ladies and gentlemen, the album of the year is none other than Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about, you mentioned some of your criteria for album of the year. Why did this album win album of the year?
Kendrick was able to make songs, make records, make an album about aspects of life, of his own personal journey, of emotional intelligence that I don't think anyone has ever been able to make a song about, period.
Yeah.
Let alone a rap album about. Mr. Morale, through and through, is a piece of art. It's a piece of art that is a result of the pandemic, of all of us sitting down and reflecting on who we are, of going to therapy, of realizing the way we grew up, there are influences, our environment, we are a product of our environment, and how that translates to who we are today. No one has ever been able to touch that outside of books or written word or research that you have to do on your own. Kendrick Lamar translated that to music and was able to make a cohesive album that had catchy songs, that charted, that created an incredible tour. This album defined 2022 as a year of revelation and bouncing back from the pandemic. This was the biggest response to, like I said, the pandemic and what that created and how that inspired artists. And this was the year of the comeback artist, and this is what Kendrick Lamar came back with, and it was something that was so transformative that I feel like it transcended all the other categories, all the other nominees, as being the best album that was released last year.
Yeah, I think and another point, just add to your point, is that I feel like this album touched on like how anyone can be unhappy, whether you're just Joe Schmo or whether you're Kendrick Lamar, the idol, the person we idol, you know. And he was able to show like, nah, man, like I still have faults, I still have, you know, flaws, I still have things that I need to work on, and here it is, and it's full, and now, like, you know, it's just kind of very, like, for me, one thing, the other thing I want to mention was just like how the last couple album of the year winners have kind of had its own little arc. You know, you have 2020 with After Hours. You know, again, like mid-pandemic, we're talking about, you know, we're reflecting, we're kind of looking at our shitty behaviors and kind of all that stuff. 2021, we're kind of getting a little cabin fever. We want to get out and about, have our fun, you know, feel what it was like to, you know, have fun and enjoy ourselves. And then Mr. Morale this year winning the album of the year. Now that we have kind of a taste of like what the old life was like, you know, going out, all that stuff, it's like, oh yeah, no, this stuff doesn't hit the same when you're unhappy with yourself. Yeah. And I think Mr. Morale kind of furthered conversations. Like I don't really know too many songs that tackle transphobia the way that Kendrick does. I don't know too many songs that talk about, you know, generational trauma, father trauma, specifically father time. I don't know too many songs that kind of discuss cancel culture the way N95 does, and how really like the idea of like hiding yourselves behind a mask and that whole thing, and hiding yourself, you know, because you're ugly, is crazy. So no, I think what Kendrick Lamar did with Mr. Morale transcends music. Again, that's another critique that I think Sean C had, was this is an album that you'd prefer to read as a book as opposed to listen to. But it's like, no, like we should reward albums that push beyond, that transcend just like what we know of his albums. Like the fact that he went that deep and was able to, you know, discuss topics that are super hard to discuss, you know, should be awarded. And that's what we did. Album of the year, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And that's enough from us, I feel like. Let's discuss what y'all had to say about the People's Choice Record of the Year. But before we do that, let's do it.
Unfortunately, Division did not win Album of the Year this year.
Unfortunately, Ed
it's
Sheeran
been
is wrong.
nominated. I'm sorry, Ed Sheeran, Mr. Morale had to beat you. But those are the big hitters. And we'll take this shot and we will reveal, to wrap up the Our Thoughts Awards, the People's Choice Record of the Year.
Yeah, man. All
Before
right.
we see it.
Cheers. People's Choice. Cheers. Hold on, a little clink.
Clink.
Oh, clink. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, hello.
Oh. All right, y'all. I'm about to check it out. This is y'all's Record of the Year.
Again, the matchup was Bad Habit, Steve Lacy versus. Can you? versus. SZA Kill. versus SZA. Oh my God, I'm done for the night. Versus SZA Kill Bill, and honestly, I said to Matt, this was kind of like the perfect finale for me because Bad Habit kind of took over a lot of the year, a lot of the early part of the year, and then
True.
SZA with SOS kind of sneaked in I believe like the first week of December, and became just like this phenomenon, you know, that really took SZA to where I hoped that she would be, you know, this pop star that was able to still do what she does. And Kill Bill, I think, is no perfect kind of example of that, you know, like Kill Bill, super toxic. I would kill my ex and her
that's
girlfriend
crazy.
too,
That's crazy.
and his girlfriend too, and yeah, it's her biggest hit of the year or
All right,
ever
y'all.
in her career. And with that being said, was it enough to be Record of the Year?
We'll see. This is it.
I'm
y'all.
just bullshitting right now. Let's
This is-
do
okay,
it.
Okay. We gotta close this out right now. This is People's Choice Record of the Year. I'm about to check right now on my story. If you haven't voted, it's too late. For the People's Choice Record of the Year, we have the winner is. Wow! By 7 votes. We have Kill Bill winning against Steve Lacy's Bad Habit. Let me try and focus that.
I think, forgive me if I'm incorrect, but I think that might be the first female Record of the Year winner.
Yeah.
It's
There
the
you
girl,
go.
Solana.
By 7 votes. Oh,
Wow,
it's
wow,
out of
wow.
focus. Oh shit! Sorry.
We are so gone.
Hold on.
But yeah, no, Kill Bill says, I obviously, you know, not gonna lie, I was expecting Bad Habit to
Wow.
win, which is why I was giving it a little bit of a
Yeah.
spiel. But nah, man. So real quick, just because I spoke on Kill Bill, could you talk about Bad Habit? Why it, you know, was runner up?
Yo, I mean, y'all spoke about what you wanted to be in the final round, but this was a really interesting lineup for Record of the Year. It's always really interesting when it comes to what the people will vote for, but you know, I really thought Bad Habit was gonna win. I personally,
me too.
Personally, I like Bad Habit more than Kill Bill. But you know, Kill Bill, it's like number one. She was
To this day.
you know, she's charting on all charts, but I'm surprised. You know,
Yeah.
the people have spoken. Kill
But-
Bill has won.
Regardless, I'm very happy for SZA again. SZA again, Record of the Year, man.
That's crazy. Good for her. That's a huge comeback. That's a huge comeback after not releasing an album in 5+ years and coming back and releasing a song that wins Album of the Year.
Again, voted
Yo.
by the people. Thank you again for everyone who voted. Thank you to everyone who came through to the 5th annual Our Thoughts Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I saw some dried
Yo,
mango. But
this
I
has
think,
been the most unhinged, drunken, crazy ass Our Thoughts Awards ever in history. Y'all are here to experience it with us. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for voting. Thank you so much for tolerating our bullshit. And thank you so much for super chatting. As of right now, we have a nice little diverse list of super chats. We got J. Maya Canonizado and Woozy on the
Look at that.
on the on the list.
I can't help but feel like there's some nepo.
Yeah, there might be a little
nepotism
nepotism
that
going on
list.
there.
But
But,
no.
hey, thank you so much for hanging out. At no matter what part of the world you are, I know it's late. Thank you for being here. Truly, thank you for being here. It's been a great year. I'm glad we got to do this in person. Chester's about to pass out. Thank you so much for voting. This has been the Our Thoughts Awards, and I really couldn't ask for a better way to go out. If you could give us something to go out on, just what do you want to say to the people?
Yeah.
What do you have anything to say? You have anything to say?
I feel like I said so much in the past 3.5 hours. It's like, what else do I have to say? But you know what I will say is
Thank you.
thank
Just
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Good
Thank you
night.
for tolerating us.
If
Y'all donated too much money for us to be speaking at this point.
if you're the girl I like, if you're the girl I like, and and you're watching this, I like you.
Whoa.
I would devote my life to you, and I would do nothing but treat you well. And I hope you feel free to cut me off at any time.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off right now. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all for being with us. This has been the Our Thoughts Awards. We are too drunk to even function. We'll see you next time. Again, stay safe. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
This is MMESYF. This is MMESYF production.